Good evening, gents. And I just realized you guys couldn't hear that song at all. Another boomer moment for me to start the show off with. I played a whole song that you didn't even hear. Oh well, such is life. We have these boomer moments when you get up past 50. So, how's everybody doing on this President's Day weekend? If people have off, I hope you have off. If not, sorry to hear, but I do, so that's good. And I don't have to go to work tomorrow. And hopefully you don't either, but you might, and that would suck. So tonight, we are going to have a call in stream. You guys just get on to the live streams and we'll talk about whatever. Come on in. I see Jerry Conway's here, Mr. Golden Voice from the Pop and Blake Show, Angler Senior, Riggs Jr. Red Pill Rhino said he couldn't make it, but I see his comment there, and I'm going to put on the link for anybody who wants to join in. And I got to put it up. That would be good. Another boomer moment. There we go. If any of you guys want to jump in. We'll talk about whatever. I don't care. Let's see what's going on in the news while we wait for somebody to call in. I see prior President Jimmy Carter is in hospice now. The guy's 98 years old. He's had a good run. So get prepared, get ready for them to start doing, once he goes off, they're going to have all these shows about him, all these tributes. So prepare yourself for that. He was kind of a humanitarian, did a lot of stuff in Habitat for Humanity, so good for him. But I was a little kid when he was president, but even I remember how horrible a president he was. And so get ready for that, guys. People are jumping off. Come on, guys, you jumping off already. All right, we got somebody in here. We got Minnow Wrangler. Hey, man, what's going on? Minnow Wrangler. Hello. You're on the air.
Hello.
Here. Hi. How are you?
Hey, man. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Can't complain.
Is this Angler Senior? I recognize the voice.
Yes, I believe it is.
What's going on?
Not too much, man.
How's your weekend thus far?
Pretty quiet,
Yeah.
How about you?
It's been all right. We had pretty good weather this prior week, and so I got some stuff done on my motorcycle. I had a schedule on that. I got some painting done, which I didn't expect to do. So stripped down a bunch of stuff, got some stuff painted on the engine, and spent some of today reassembling. A lot of fun, that is. So that's what I've been up to.
Right on.
What about you?
Right on. Oh boy, I don't have things like that to talk about, and so
everybody has their own thing going on, right?
Yep.
What I remember the last that I've checked in on you, it's been a while. I check in on lots of people all the time. Bounce on this channel, that channel, the other channel. I remember there was like a bit of I don't know if it was a war or a situation you had with, what was his name? Damn it. What was that guy's name? He was like this 20-something-year-old guy.
I've tried to put peace to all that.
Yeah, that's all good. No more war. Is that guy even on anymore? You know who I'm talking about, right? I can't remember the name of it.
No, I don't. But I've just tried to put peace to all that and tried to leave it where it's at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. That's why I get into battles with people online. You know, usually that goes nowhere.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. It goes fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a back and forth and a back and forth and a back and forth.
Yep. So what
Yep.
else is going on, man?
Nothing that I really want to talk about out here in public.
Okay. Well, we could talk about whatever. Doesn't have to be about your personal life. Talk about,
So
I don't know,
yeah, let's
movie you
just.
saw or something you saw when you were walking down the street. I saw something walking down the street the other day. It was fucking weird as shit.
What'd you see?
So yeah, I walk every day lunchtime. I put in about anywhere from 2 to 3 miles. And so I walk around by where I live if I'm working from home, and I walk around by my work, which sucks because the people aren't friendly by my work. I don't know why. They're just strange. You walk past people and they literally look away. It's like,
Yeah.
fuck yourself, you know? Just, you don't need to, like, I don't need a big presentation. You could just nod, smile, exist. Notice that I'm existing. I'm noticing you're existing. So, any
Yeah.
case, people are just full of themselves. But anyway, so I was doing my
Okay.
walk, and this guy came out of his house, stood on his drive. I wish, like, it was one of those things. I wish I pulled my phone out, but like, I wasn't sure what he was gonna do. He had a Bible in his hand, and he started screaming, "I am a Mormon! I am a Mormon! I love being a Mormon!" I
Jesus
was
God.
like,
Okay.
whoa. I just
Yeah.
kept walking. And I'm like, don't make eye contact, just keep walking. I mean, good on him that he loves being a Mormon and all that, but it was so bizarre. And then here's the fucked up thing. So a couple days later, he came out again, but this time he was facing his house. And I did pull out the phone and kind of was like pointing it at the ground, but I got his voice. I should probably play it because it's just so weird. He's like, "You made me do this. I can't believe you made me do." Like, he's yelling at nobody. It's like, wow, man, people are fucking losing their shit in the world.
Man, they really are. I mean, I'm on the fence when it comes to religion and stuff like that. I'm on the fence when it comes to God and, all that stuff. But son of a bitch. I mean, you shouldn't have to experience that just by, walking down the street and,
Oh well, it didn't bother me. It's not like he was coming at me with a knife or anything, but it was really just weird, man. I don't know. Like, somebody like that needs to probably see somebody. You know what I mean? And this is like a residential neighborhood, like, just regular suburbia. It's not like it was some weird, like, city or something.
Yeah, but I mean, one day he might come out with a knife, or I'm not trying to be.
I'll be ready. He was a little guy. I mean, I stand 6 foot, so I wasn't too worried about him coming after me. But it was just, the whole thing was just weird.
Yeah. But yeah, that's very weird. Yeah, I will completely agree with you on that.
So then, my other situation that happened recently, I was pissed. I was so pissed about this because it's just, there's a restaurant that opened up in town by my town, and it's Spanish food. We have a couple of Spanish, but like mostly Mexican. This was, I think, Caribbean. So I was like, oh, Caribbean, let's try that. So I went with my friend to go to this place, and it was such shit. It was like I ordered, like, it was some kind of like beef stew thing, and it was like a cup of rice just like plopped on the plate that they had, like, you can literally like see the shape of the fucking cup of the rice that they dumped on the plate. Fucking beef and vegetable, like, just kind of mixed on the plate, like, and a cup of fucking beans, and it was like $18 fucking. and like
Right
the
there.
waitress didn't speak English, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I ate it, and it was like that was so fucking satisfying. I'm like, I feel like going somewhere else to have another like dinner here, but we didn't.
It wasn't even good, was it? No.
No. It was. I mean, it wasn't like, oh, this is terrible, but it wasn't like $18 good. So I'll never go.
Okay.
To that
place. That brings up a really good point. That it's becoming to the point where people are supposed to expect that it should be good just because it is what it is. And god damn. Yeah.
I mean, the restaurant business is a tough business. So you really got to bring your game all the time because you're just going to close.
Sure.
And I can see this place just fucking closing because that's just.
Are you sure about that? Or do you think they might keep, pushing the ping pong ball?
Maybe. But they're probably getting some kind of, government freaking, subsidy of some sort. They got a grant or something to open it up.
Yeah. That's probably a good point.
Yeah. Which just reminds me of this other place I went to. It was like 2 months ago. It was like a bar, and they had like a quote unquote club down in the stairs. So I was with a bunch, but listen, this is crazy. So I was with a bunch of friends, and we're like, in our 40s, 50s, nobody's like, going to the club, oons. But the music coming up from down there was like oons. And this, like, it didn't match the bar. The bar is kind of like one way, like kind of a one type of bar, and the club just didn't fit in. And I'm like, and we were trying to talk, and the music was just loud as shit. So I'm like, I gotta go see what's going on down here. And I go down there, and it's like a small room, and people were just sitting there, like looking at each other and there was a DJ like with the turntables and all, oons. And it was like one chick and 7 guys, and they're just all like fucking staring at each other. I walk in, I was like, expecting to just kind of like blend into the crowd and shit. But there was no crowd. And I was like, I looked at them all, and they looked at me like, oh, it's another dude. And I was like, yeah, I'm going back upstairs. This is the most uncomfortable thing. So I get up by my friends, and they're like, what was down there? And I'm like, oh, you should go check it out. But I couldn't stop laughing, and they're like, oh, we're not going down there. I'm like, yeah, it wouldn't be a good idea if you did. So that's been my experience with weird shit.
I'm sure that they drew off your laughter.
And, yeah, I couldn't help but laugh at it because it was just so fucking weird.
It is fucking weird, man, and it's getting fucking weirder.
Yes, it is.
It's getting weird enough that you and I are sitting here having conversations about it.
Yeah. Well, it's the internet these days. I only got a couple viewers though watching. Well, Hammer's still going. I see he's still going on with these 2 twats on whatever the hell they're talking about. It's just these women invading the man space is kind of just like, what the fuck. And they like this one showing Allie Drummond. She's not even like a good looking woman. Like, I've seen girls working at Walmart at the register who look better than this Allie chick, and like she's got 135,000 followers. Are you kidding me? Are guys this desperate? My God.
I've not seen that. So I mean,
well, if you get a chance, if you you could just watch it for like 5 minutes and get a look at these women he's talking about. It's like, oh my God, who's following? And she has 80% of her, or more than 80% of her viewers are dudes. So
now I do remember the name Allie Drummond. I do remember that. She was like a big time star at one point in time, right?
Doesn't seem so. Seems, from what I could tell, she came up with that what's her name? The woman who's got like 1 million subs now.
Oh, you're not talking about
What's her name? Fuck, it's escaping me. She's red-haired chick who's like blown up. She's like one of the top 4 now.
Okay, I don't have it. I was going to say
just Pearly Things. That's what I'm trying to think of.
I was going to say Alyssa Milano.
Oh no. You know, you might be thinking of the Drummonds from. Are you talking about? What did you talk about, Wiz? Is that what you're thinking? They were the Drummonds, right?
Yes, I reckon they were.
No, actually, they're all dead. All of them are dead, except for the little red-haired kid, Oliver, who was, believe it or not, that kid was in Terminator 2.
The male.
He's a little red-haired kid, Oliver. He used to sing like country songs on that show.
The male.
The male?
Yes, the male.
I don't know what you mean by that. What do you mean by the male?
I don't know.
Arnold Drummond, and then Willis, and then the chick. Like, they're all dead. They've all died.
Fuck, you're talking about you just said Willis.
Yeah, what you talking about, Willis? They were the Drummonds. Is that what you're thinking, or no? Are we getting our signals crossed?
No, I'm thinking, moving on up.
Oh, Jesus.
To the side.
Oh, they're all dead too.
Jeffersons.
Jeffersons, yeah. Everybody we knew when we were kids, they're all dying or dead, or they probably took the vax. They're on their way out. Guess who's here, by the way, though?
Who?
Jerry Conway. You know who Jerry Conway is?
Oh shit!
He does the voice at the end of like Pops. He does like the. I'll put him on. You'll recognize him. Hey Jerry, how are you?
Shalom, MGTOW brothers.
How are you?
Shalom.
Greetings. Greetings, Minnow Wrangler. How are you, sir? This is Jerry from Boston.
I'm good. My dad's name was Jerry. So this is kind of creeping me out. So,
all right. I promise I'm not your dad.
Well, you never know, Jerry. You may, if you you had a woman in lots of ports.
I lived in I lived in Boston my whole life. I haven't done a lot of traveling around the country.
I closed his eyes, so I know this man is not my father.
Good. That's good. It's getting a little weird here.
You brought it up, man.
Sorry, guys.
So, Jerry, how you been?
I'm here. Yeah. I've got my health, and the lights are still on.
That's the two very important things.
If you're breathing, if you wake up on the right side of the grass, you're having a good day.
Absolutely. Even the best day below dirt doesn't beat the worst day above.
Yeah, I'm in no hurry to find out and make the comparison, but I'm going to go out on a limb and agree with you there.
Yeah, me neither.
Indeed.
How's the weather up there in Beantown?
It's actually kind of it's been very mild lately.
Oh, that's good.
I think it's probably been a couple of weeks since I've had to put my winter coat on.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been very mild. I'm not complaining. Let them say it's global warming. I don't care. That's fine. I don't have to shovel rain.
Yeah, this is true.
I'll take rain any day of the week.
Well,
how about you? Where are you, Billy?
I'm in the Northeast. Well, I'll leave it at that.
In the Northeast. Well, so am I.
There you go. So I haven't had quite that good of weather. I had some good weather this week where it got up into the 60s.
Yeah.
It's gone back down now. But
well, the sun goes down, the temperature goes down.
Well, sure. But I hope
you read some of our weather.
When
'Cause
were you at?
we just went through the same thing. I'm in the Midwest.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the
Indiana.
Midwest has been up and down and up and down.
Well, if you said it, yeah. Yep.
But I remember a few years ago, Jerry, you had up there in Boston, they had a big snow pile that was like didn't melt till like June or something like that.
That was 2015. I remember that winter
was it
very
that
well
long ago?
because
Oh my
I had
God.
actually just started doing the voice work that winter, and we got 6 feet of snow that winter. And the reason I remember that is
Man, that's a
because,
lot of snow.
yeah, well, not all at once, but I'm talking cumulatively. But there
Right.
was so much snow that the complex where I live, on top of the condo fees, they gave us an additional $600 assessment for each unit for snow removal because they had to bring in front end loaders and dump trucks, and they just load up the dump trucks with the snow because there was no place to put it. And they brought it down they dumped it at the beach.
Yeah, and then it like all melted and there was all kinds of like garbage like
Well,
left
yeah.
over.
Yeah. That happens. It happens. It
But
happens. Yes.
they blamed you for the weather, basically.
Well, put it this way: in January and February of 2015, I was looking at property in North Carolina. 'Cause I'm like, I've had it with this. I've had it. I'm done. I am absolutely done. But fortunately, it has not been. I mean, you get a nor'easter once in a while, but I mean, it hasn't. And and then it hits. You get, even if you get a foot of snow. By the way, I don't know if it was this week's map I was looking at, but I saw someone post Indiana, Ohio. They're supposed to get like what 10 to 15 inches this week.
Shit.
Maybe
I don't know if that's true. I don't know if it was a current map. But it was just something someone posted. I wasn't looking at a weather site or anything.
Well, maybe
I
it'll
should
vary
look
some of those chemical situations. Put it all under
could
snow.
also, look a little closer and see if something like that is coming.
Well, just remember the same people that said I don't even know what code word to use. Safe and effective. The same people that said the safe and effective was safe and effective are the same people that saying that the water and air are clean in Ohio right now.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Let's believe those people. Exactly.
Sure.
On the
And
government.
if you believe that, you'll buy this watch.
You know what kills me about those people that say, "Oh, believe the government in that," are the same people resist, and meanwhile they're on the same side as like the government and the corporations. We're fighting. We're the resistance. No, you're not.
Well, it's like politics. I mean, you guys familiar with Bill Hicks? May he rest in peace.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had a routine. It was like, oh, the puppet on the left is my favorite. Well, I lean more towards the puppet on the right. And it's like, wait a second, there's one guy holding up both puppets.
Yeah.
George Carlin was right. The real owners, they give you that shuffle. The stuff they shuffle around every 4 years is there to make you think you have a choice. You don't. You don't have a choice. You have owners. They own you.
Yep.
Well, yeah, and the sucky thing is we only have two choices mostly. Occasionally, an independent wins something, but that's rare.
But like I said, they're both. It's okay. It's like what the hell was it? The Phantom Menace. Okay, you got the Trade Federation, and then you got eventually then they had the Clone Army. But Darth Sidious is running both sides.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's running both sides. So, no matter who wins, he wins. He doesn't care who wins. And I saw a fantastic video today. Can you share? Is there screen sharing on this like there is on?
Sure. Yeah.
There is? Okay.
What do you want me to look up?
Actually, I just posted it. I'll be honest. I pirated it.
Uh-oh.
Well, it's not. It's nothing that was copywritten. hold on a second. I've got so many windows open here. But I saw this post and I was like, this is absolutely fantastic. So I did a screen capture and then I posted on Rumble. I'm like, I've got to. It wouldn't fly on YouTube. I'm sure. I'm sure it wouldn't fly.
You want me to get kicked off here?
No. Actually, no, it's not. No, I was thinking of the Darwin. No, I was thinking of a Darwin Award video that I had posted. No, this one is just a statement.
A statement. Well, they're not going to throw me off for a statement.
All right, hold on one sec. Let me go. My content.
No, Billy.
Yeah.
The best that we can. We're going to protect you. We're not going to let you kick off.
I appreciate that. Okay. I appreciate. I know if I get hit by like how somebody hit Red Pill Rhino one day with a I see he's in the chat, by the way. Hey Rhino. With a it was he put them on and
they flashed some porn, right?
Yes. And
yeah, but I would never do that, dude.
No, I know you wouldn't. I'm just saying, if somebody happened to do that to me, I know I'd have to dump out of the stream and then delete, or else you will lose your channel over shit like that.
Right, and then whoever the guilty party was, you call them like you're Liam Neeson.
I will.
It seems like
you, and I will kill
pretty
you.
good at that.
Exactly. The only problem with Liam Neeson is that's all he could play now. That's his thing. He's gonna have to play that forever. Every movie is now that character.
Well, like Pop was saying the other night, I mean, Clint Eastwood, he was always the same, no matter what you put him in.
Yeah, I suppose. But Clint, Clint had a special sort of, what's the word? Je ne sais quoi? Is that how you say it? Okay,
I don't know.
Yes, exactly what.
Okay, so this is a video.
What Goodman said. Okay.
Yeah, it's a video. It's only a minute long. You want to check it yourself on your own before you share it, just to make sure it's cool.
Well, what do they talk about? Do they talk about the poke?
No.
Well, as long as it's not the poke, we're good.
No sir.
No sir. Or the poke or porn, not allowed. YouTube.
Nothing.
If you want to do fully naked chicks doing yoga positions, you're good. As long as you're a chick.
Okay. No, it's none of that either. It's none of that either.
True. All right, so we will share screen. Come on.
Make sure the volume's up.
Oh goodness, are we getting ready to see?
I don't know. It's just some dudes here, as far as I can tell. So let's see what happens.
Okay.
Loading. Oh my God!
Oh, that looks like
what this is.
You got an advertisement.
Elite.
Skip ad. Skip ad.
You're not using the Brave browser.
100 fire ants and put them in a jar.
Sorry, I talked over you. You got to back that up.
But if you take, you collect 100 black ants and 100 fire ants and put them in a jar, nothing will happen. But if you take the jar, shake it violently, and leave it on the table, the ants will start killing each other. Red believes the black is the enemy, while black believes the red is the enemy, when the real enemy is the person who shook the jar. The same is true in society. Men versus women, black versus white, faith versus science, young versus old, etc. Before we fight each other, we must ask ourselves, who shook the jar?
Yeah. Was that real? Was that a real quote from Twain?
No.
I don't know.
The guy was just using. I don't believe so. But the guy was just using his image and likeness.
Because Twain was pretty based.
From
what I remember.
I believe that the message was real.
Somebody will have to research that. I don't know. So there's a lot of like, oh, this quote is from, this person. It turns out, and they never said anything like that.
Right. Like Ben Franklin's quote on beer.
Yeah, yeah. Although he did have some funny quote. He was one of his quotes was something like, if you have an old like haggy woman, like just put a bag over her head and you're good to go. Something like that.
Ben Franklin said that.
So I mean, I'm
Yes, he
paraphrasing,
did.
but yeah.
You know,
It's
he
like you'll
spent a
never
lot
know
of
the
time.
difference.
He spent a lot of time in cat houses in Paris.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yep. He was. I think he was over doing some. What's it called? Like ambassadorship over there. Diplomacy over there in France to try to bring the France into the war or the potential war with Britain.
Well, Lafayette and George Washington were very fast friends. Very fast friends. In fact, Marquis de Lafayette named his daughter Virginia after the state of Virginia.
That I didn't know.
I had a very I had a very interesting French teacher back in fourth grade and fifth grade, who was he was like the modern he was the Dietrich of the time. He knew everything. If these young guys don't know what Barney Miller is, Barney Miller was an old 70s sitcom.
Sure.
And Detective Dietrich knew everything. Before Dietrich was Google, before there was Google. You could ask Dietrich anything and he would know about anything.
There used to be people like that around. There's not as many people like that. If there is, they're like, oh, use Google for everything.
Yeah.
We're just
as the phones have gotten smarter, our brains have gotten smaller.
Yeah. Yep. Well, everybody just relies on technology. I mean, imagine if we get an EMP and there would be such swaths of the population who wouldn't know what to do at all. They would be so fucked over left, right, and center. And
the only ones that would be unaffected would be the Amish.
Oh yeah, they'd be
totally fine. They'd be totally fine. And you know something? I could live like that.
I could live like that to a degree, but
I'm not gonna shave my mustache and just have just the beard. I'm not gonna do that.
No.
Well, I'll tell you what, homie. The Amish are gonna outlive you.
Do they have? I wonder if there's like a study that on like their health, because I don't know what do they go to the hospitals? I imagine they do, right?
No. Yeah.
No.
They have their own.
But they don't. Hold on.
Okay.
They don't live like we do. They live their own certain way, and
they probably live like, as far as I know, they live like it was, like 1850, right? But does that mean they don't, like, say if somebody gets high blood pressure or whatnot, they're probably, I imagine they're not going to the doctor and saying, I need to take blood pressure meds, or are they?
Yeah.
Do they believe in medication?
Celery juice.
That's exactly.
Celery juice. I heard
you get a juice. You get some stalks of celery and you run it through a juicer. You drink a glass of that juice every day. Your high blood pressure will vanish.
I'm going to take you up on that, because I started getting high blood pressure after my fucking first bout of COVID.
How do you know you had that, sir?
Well, I went to the doctor. For a checkup, and they're like,
and they put something up your nose, didn't they?
Well, they put the swab. They wanted to test me for the fucking. I've heard,
and you believe
we gotta be careful. We gotta be careful, because we can get into some stuff here. But I've heard that you might get something from that. I don't know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know, because I've had to take the stupid tests. Right? I think most people have. But so they were like, oh, your blood pressure is elevated. So I'm like, So I started taking natural stuff for it. And then the next time I went, it's okay.
Mhm.
But, and I've been taking it's like an flower. No, hibiscus flower.
And
is
then
the
they
main
put the
ingredient.
goddamn swab up your nose.
Be careful. Be careful.
Okay, I'm careful. Okay. All right.
Because then we can run into medical
Yes, it's all connected.
information.
But no, I'm serious about the celery juice, though, dude. Am I too loud, by the way? I can
No,
turn my
you're
gain
fine.
down. Okay.
You're fine. Well,
Um,
I guess the people in the chat would tell us if
Okay.
we're too loud or too soft or whatever.
All right. Because I can boost my gain if you want to, but
Oh, don't do that. Something
no.
when you just did that, something happened. Like it was
Yeah.
like a really squeegee sound.
Yeah.
But
Sounds really good. So
Oh shit.
so it says Shadow Hunter says the Amish never got the vid.
The thing.
They don't
You know
have
the
TV.
thing.
You know the thing. The thing of the thing. Well, in all
you know
honesty,
who else? Do you know who else never did that? The Taliban. I'm serious.
got him. What the fuck are we gonna do about them?
They're already here.
well, that's what concerns me with the open border shit. And I've mentioned
No,
it to
we
Pop.
flew them in first class, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Open
well,
border.
that
we
too.
flew them in.
That too. I know. Well, there was. I remember that they had a couple stories where there were a couple of these guys that came over from there were trying to get with like little girls.
Yeah,
And it
that's
was
their
like,
thing,
what
man.
the fuck?
Now you got to be careful
Oh,
about what we're saying.
now we gotta be careful. We've always
Now
had
we
to be
do. Well, because of that, yeah, because you're talking about a specific group.
Tell you what, I'm
Oh,
clenching my hands really hard at this point in time.
it's
Like fucking hard.
but what concerns me about not just flying people in, because I think they went to bases or something with those people, is just the
Yeah,
open
they're up
border.
in what's the fort up in? Somebody had posted something. There's a fort in Indiana, northern Indiana.
Fort Wayne.
No, it wasn't that one. It was another one. Started with a vowel. What the heck?
Well,
Military forts. Let me
I
pull up
suppose it doesn't matter then.
let's see.
I thought it was in Michigan.
We've got Blunt Fort, Indiana, Carrington Camp, Indiana, Fort Davis, Fort Harrison, Indianapolis Arsenal, Jeffersonville Quartermaster Depot, Fort Knox, Marion Branch Military.
The more that you're talking about this, the harder I'm squeezing my hands.
Well, so you could talk about it doesn't bother me if you want to talk about that, because it's bullshit. Think about, we spent 20 years there, and what got achieved? Fucking nothing. Look at the lives that got lost.
Precious
literally
minerals, dude.
Yeah, well,
Precious minerals that you need to make those car batteries that China's snatching up now.
Not only that, there was like some legit, fucking heroin bullshit going on with that too. The poppy fields.
They were trying to give guys incentives to grow wheat and barley and corn. It's like, okay, you can make. Have
you guys seen the movie? What the hell was it called? American Gangster. This guy that went to Vietnam and bought up all this shit and brought it back here and sold it.
Oh, is that one with Johnny Depp? Is that one? I'm not sure I know that one.
No. It's the one with Christ. With what the fuck's his name? But no, it's not about him. It's about this guy in real life, his name was Frank.
I'm not familiar with this story, to be honest.
Sounds good to me, Frank.
Yeah. I'm not talking about the Frank that, we're talking about here, but, the fuck was his name?
Don't know.
But anyway,
But-
what I was saying
yeah.
before was they were trying to incentivize the Afghan farmers to grow wheat and barley and corn
Mhm.
on their farmland, and they would get like net proceeds of like $100 an acre, or they could grow poppies and get like $10,000 an acre.
Yeah,
Gee, what do you think these poor Afghans are going to do?
of course. They're
That's
gonna
where
take-
it's coming from. Yes. God damn it. God damn it.
Well, and you also have the Chinese, sending the fentanyl down to Mexico. And that's being brought up through the fucking border willy-nilly.
Mhm. Did you ever read what was the name of that? The Good Earth. I think it was called The Good Earth. I think I had to read that when I was like a sophomore or junior in high school. Anybody read that book?
It doesn't sound familiar to me.
All right, it's about 18th century China, and it actually was the same in China throughout. Excuse me, not the 18th century, the 1800s, I should say. So the 19th century, but the 19th and the first half of the 20th century in China was absolutely abysmal because everybody was on opium.
Hmm.
Everybody. And it was actually the Mao Zedong and the communists that eradicated that and completely outlawed it. And now, like, you get the death penalty if you're even caught holding it. They'll just kill you. So
Well, I remember reading about like San Francisco. Like, people think that San Francisco's been, a shithole in modern times. I remember reading about San Francisco being a shithole way back when. There were opium dens for the Chinese way back when. Like, I'm talking.
yeah, they
18
were. That's where they
70.
came to. I mean,
Yep.
it's like people say it's racist or whatever. I mean, like you see the old okay.
Well, I don't think
Blazing Saddles when they were working on the railroad and laying down the railroad tracks, and you
Oh,
get the Chinese
son of a bitch.
workers.
You're going to pull that into the.
No, but I'm saying they were here. No, the Chinese were here in the 1850s. They were here.
Yeah.
Can I tell you a quick-
They weren't new. In fact, I mean the Irish, the Chinese were in the United States before the Irish were, and then the Italians came after that.
Here's just a
Yeah.
real
Okay.
quick side note for a sec. The dude who says, "Come on, sing us a good work song." I met that guy.
You met
I
him?
have fucking pictures of me and him. Like, he's a
No,
really nice guy. But yeah, he's still alive. He's fucking funny as shit, man.
Can't be more than 114.
Yeah, yep. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm gonna sit here and believe you on that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It was like a thing that they were fucking all kinds of fucking, at least with the opium dens. That was like a thing.
It still is in parts of the world.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
But we're the
it
bad
is.
ones. We're the bad
But
people.
Christ, I don't even know where to leave this right now.
Well, here's my feeling on a lot of that stuff with China. We need to start seriously cutting ties with that country
Mhm.
and bringing back our manufacturing base here. Like, it's like no joke. And how we're not doing it at a faster pace and a harder pace and a stronger pace is beyond me, because I see a fracturing of that relationship very soon and very hard. And it's already been affecting the global economy as far as supply. So I don't see why nobody's really been discussing it more than they should.
Yeah.
What do you
Burton
think about that?
Gilliam, by the way.
Hmm?
Burton Gilliam.
Who's that?
He was Lyle in Blazing Saddles.
Yes. Yeah.
Burton Gilliam, born in 1938 in Dallas, Texas.
Yeah. Yeah. Still looks the same. I'll have to, maybe I won't have it right with me, but I'll have to dig through my files, and I'll have to put my helmet on myself in the picture. But yeah, he signed an autograph for me and everything. I have like an autograph picture, the whole bit, man.
How about some more beans, Mr. Taggart?
Yep.
I'd say you had enough.
He was doing. It was a screening at this movie theater of the original, but I'm like, I'm fucking going to go see the original Blazing Saddles on the big screen because I was too young to see it in the movie theater.
Yeah, same here.
And he was there. He was doing like a question and answer, and then afterwards he was like hanging out. And I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" He's like, "How y'all doing?" Like he's like the same fucking guy.
Yeah. I actually talked about that when Pop Pop and Blake had me on the show last year. The best performances that you see on the screen, whether it's on television or in movies, the best performances that you see are when actors are just being themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So when he did Blazing Saddles, he wasn't acting. That's him.
Yep. Yeah. Totally. He's totally that guy. He was also in Back to the Future 3, if anybody's really... I love those movies. So,
son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Did you really just talk about Back to the Future? The goddamn DeLorean. Yeah.
The DeLorean's in reality is a big hunk of shit.
Oh, yeah.
But
I've learned that. Yes.
They are trying to... There was
the
a
movie
looked really cool.
It looked awesome, but it was a hunk of crap.
Yeah, the movies were good, but yes, the car is a piece of shit. And
you don't see a lot of collectors with them around. I mean, I saw a few of them back in the 80s. I saw a few on the road, but they were very few and far between.
Well,
you know why? They're few and far between.
Because they fall apart.
Yeah, they're just, they're not good cars.
Yeah.
No, well,
they try to be good cars. If they were good cars, they would have stuck around. And
John DeLorean had a big booger sugar habit.
Yeah. So there was problems with manufacturing. It was made in Ireland,
Northern Ireland, using British.
No shit. This shit started in Ireland.
Northern Ireland.
Manufacturing was done in Northern Ireland, and they didn't have as good a skilled labor. They didn't, they weren't used to assembling cars there, and this was like a whole new thing that was bankrolled by the British. But the biggest problem with the DeLorean was, and Thumper brings it up in the chat, was the running gear on that car was absolutely horrendous. It was this mix of Renault and Volvo and Citroen. It was just the whole thing. It doesn't sound in the movie, in real life, doesn't sound or drive like you would think. 88 miles an hour it probably wouldn't actually get up to that speed. But so here's the thing. So after the British came and they figured out DeLorean was, fucking blowing all the money up his nose and shit, they seized all DeLorean, the whole kit and caboodle of all the DeLorean stuff, and they actually took the dies that make that stamp the sheet metal. I don't know if you know anything about manufacturing sheet metal. They use these big, huge machines that have these. It's basically the mirror image of the
boom,
part.
boom, 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 boom.
They slam it down into the metal to form the metal. They took those dies and they brought them out into the ocean, and they dumped them into the sea so that nobody could build them anymore. But they had a whole warehouse full of parts that sat like untouched for years. And this company in
And it's
Dallas,
stainless steel too.
yeah, so it will never rust. So this company, I believe it's in Dallas, it's in Texas. I want to say Dallas. Bought everything, and they have all the original stuff. And there's only so many fenders, there's only so many doors, there's like limited. And what they're doing now is they're converting these cars to they're doing like electric conversions. They're doing they're like rebuilding these cars. So
Okay.
We
But
have
you
the
got-
technology. We can
Yeah.
make them better.
they're making them
stronger,
better than the
faster.
No, there are investors that are trying to go out and make these cars back into something that they were.
well that you wanted them to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that was a side note. We're kind of going all over the map here.
You know,
But
what else, you know what else was manufactured in Northern Ireland?
What else? It's kind of escaping me. Molotov cocktails, pipe bombs.
The Titanic.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Belfast.
Yep.
They you can still go see
Yeah.
the dock.
Get me out of here. Did that really happen there?
That's
Yeah,
where it was,
there's-
that's where they built it. That's the shipyards there in Belfast.
So there was 3 ships. The Titanic and the Olympic were built side by side from next to one another. You can actually go
Wow.
where the slips were that they had to build them. They're still there. I mean, they're
Yeah.
just big empty, boat slips, but
I actually
still
have a
there.
refrigerator magnet. My friend brought it. My friend went over to visit, and he brought it back. He saw he went to the shipyard, and he got me a magnet, a Titanic magnet, on my fridge. Who cares, right?
no, I like getting magnets from wherever I go. Some little something stupid, just to say I've been there, right? But yeah, and then they built so there was the Titanic, the Olympic, and there was one that launched before those two that was part of the same ship class that was called the Britannic.
I believe
So-
it was. Yeah, it's the White Star Line.
Yeah. So the Britannic was actually torpedoed, I want to say, in World War One.
Yes. And I've heard stories where, like I've heard what the fuck do you want to call it? Theories on why that ship was shot. The Britannica.
It's not the Britannica. I think it's
Britannia.
called Britannia. Yeah, and it was a hospital ship actually.
Okay, I'm severely wrong then.
Well,
I'll
they
shut the fuck up
think
and just listen.
no. I think I know where you're going because they believe that even though it was a hospital ship, that they were carrying munitions in it, and that's why they think that when it got hit, it went up as hard as it did. I'm pretty sure that's the deal with that ship because they've dove on it, and there's like a huge fucking hole in it. From what I remember, it's been a while since I've researched that stuff. So then there's the Titanic, and then the Olympic. They didn't, because the Olympic wasn't finished when the Titanic sank, so they didn't. The White Star Line had to pay out a lot of money on that. So they didn't make the Olympic as opulent. And by the time they finished it, it was already getting outclassed by bigger ships and different ships. So it wasn't as nice as the Titanic. And that actually got sent to scrap in the 1950s. So, but imagine if they didn't scrap it. I mean, they want to, I think, from what I remember, they're building, or they might have built it already, Titanic like replica. So they could have just taken the Olympic if they still had the Olympic and just refitted it all out. Although I don't know if I'd want to sail on that ship, to be honest.
Well, no, we'd be fucking dead and gone.
Well, I'm talking about if they took like the Olympic, the original like ship that the Titanic was the sister ship. If they had kept it, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
and then like redid it because they would have. I mean, that's what they're doing now, from what I remember. I don't know if it's done or if they're working on it or whatnot, but they want to do like another Titanic that's basically going to be the Titanic 2, and it's going to have like the same. I imagine they're going to update it, right? It's not so it's not going to
Son of
sink.
a
It's
bitch.
something.
I mean,
But-
this is
That was deliberate, by the way.
Was it? So they did come out with it.
Oh, it's absolutely deliberate. They wanted to keep, well, first of all, they wanted to keep Woodrow Wilson from being elected, and then they wanted to stop the Federal Reserve from being instituted and the Internal Revenue Service, which both happened in 1913, a year after the Titanic sank.
God damn. Thank you for saying that.
Oh, you're talking. What are we talking?
There were a bunch of financial bigwigs, and that was the only way to travel at the time.
Right.
You know, to get across the ocean, that's the only way you could do it.
Mm-hmm.
So they were on that ship, and they were coming to stop the Federal Reserve and, you know, stop Woodrow Wilson, stop the IRS, and stop the central bank.
Hmm.
Which is actually why we went into Iraq and why we went into Afghanistan.
I think we were going to
9/11.
talk about that on my
fucking right.
My wheel of conspiracy. I think that was part of my wheel of conspiracy when I did that show, which I got to do again because people like that show.
Is that a taboo subject? I apologize.
Oh no, it's not a taboo. Like I said, the only taboo subject, at least as far as YouTube is concerned, is the poke and porn. Anything else, I don't think they have a problem with yet.
How about the ice cream social? You got to remember that too. We can't talk about that.
Well, they'll just put a, like a advisory,
Fact check
on the bottom of your thing. But
fact check this, homie.
I think that's only if you like put it in the title or something like that. I don't know if they'll pick it up from listening. I mean, look, my channel has been so stuffed into the ground because of the shit I do and say. And I was hoping that I would get my I have 5 haters that they just don't. There's 5. It's either one person who has 5 accounts or it's 5 chicks because they started hitting me. I did this one video that's like this really just very fat woman, and then I put at the end, I put Bill Burr, like saying like you've eaten your way in and now you got to walk your way out, and I got a lot of hate for that. I got emails. I got women bitching at me in the comments. I deleted their comments. I'm like, fuck you. Laugh a little, you cow. Like, why do people have to feel they have to like lecture you on shit?
Because they're allowed to say anything they want to say, but if you say anything that ruffles their feathers, then you must be put away.
Yeah. Or put in your place.
If a conservative doesn't
try.
want to eat,
They fucking try. They fucking try.
Yeah. If a conservative doesn't want to eat meat, he doesn't eat meat. If a lefty doesn't want you to eat meat, meat needs to be outlawed. If a conservative doesn't want a gun, he doesn't buy a gun. But the other side thinks no one should have a gun. Yeah. There's no choice.
And if also, on the other side of that, if they feel like they have no other place to go, they will fucking become, how do I say this? They will become so goddamn desperate that they will try to find some place to go, and they will try to come back and stab you. That's where this goddamn place is, getting to, man.
So we have there's been a discussion here in what's going on in the chat. People are saying, do you think, or Calliope is saying, do you guys think we're ever going to completely go electric with cars? I don't think so.
Hell no. Have you seen the new Corvette, by the way?
I'm gonna look. So that new Corvette, are you talking, is there a new one? Or Are you talking
The
about
electric one. It's like
You guys
0 to
wanna talk
60
about-
in like 2.1 seconds. It's like the
You guys
fastest Corvette
want to
ever.
talk about Corvettes?
I,
My dad was all into Corvettes. He had a 67, a 68, a fucking 97, a 98. I mean, there was one in the barn at one point in time where the battery was dead. And I went in there and jump started it. And I drove that son of a bitch at 110 miles an hour to my high school to get, I guess it doesn't really matter.
no, it matters. No, it's hey, look, I'm a car guy, so I could talk cars all night.
Okay.
And
If you wanna-
Corvettes were real quick. I'll do my Corvette thing. So I worked for a guy way back in the day when I was like a kid, and he had I guess they would be second generation 63 to 67. He had like 4 of them. So I really cut my teeth on working on those cars, believe it or not, which are they're
That's a-
really
that-
basic.
That's a real, that's a real car right there.
Oh yeah.
When you got them 427s.
Well, yeah, the 420. So here's the funny thing about the 427. That was limited to 68, and then after 68, they didn't put them in anymore. Or I think maybe 69, 60 or 69. Tri-powers they had were also limited. They were on Pontiac. Now Thumper's and so Thumper's gonna start, schooling me. I want to say it was either 66 or 67 on Pontiac, but then like Pontiac and Chevy had this whole war, like you can't put tri-powers on anything but the Corvettes. So they just reserved the tri-power to the Corvette. I'm sure
I remember
Thumper
one-
might correct me, but I'm pretty sure that was the deal.
One car that my dad talked about was his 19, I believe it was 63 GTO. And, he had what's called a 389 tri-power.
Well, so the GTO came out in 64 actually, and it was an option on the Le Mans.
No.
They didn't have a 63 GTO. I'm telling you.
Okay, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But
that
okay.
I know for sure. It might have been. So what they used to do is they used to introduce cars would come out in September, usually the year before. So it might have been. Don't quote me again. Thumper, he's the big Pontiac guy, so he'll know for sure. They might have rolled out the GTO in say late 63 as a 64 model, but that's the year it came out. And they had 64 had dual horizontal headlights, and then 65 went to the stacked.
Well, my dad didn't give a fuck about horizontal, headlights or anything. He gave a fuck about the horsepower.
Oh, sure.
He told me, this car could run. And so I don't know. I got nothing else.
What year did they make the GTO? Years, should I say?
64 to 74.
Okay. There was this dude. The reason why I asked, I'm sorry to interrupt. And you're the gearhead. I'm not. But there was this dude in my neighborhood when I was like 19, and he had it was really nice, and he fixed it up really nice. He had a 68 Le Mans, and he got some special. I don't know if he had them made. He got some special stencils, and he painted GTO on the trunk lid. And people really thought it was a G. I was like, dude, that's a Le Mans. Come on, man. What are you doing?
Yeah, dude, Le Mans was the same goddamn thing.
No, I know it was, but it was not. I'm just saying it was not a GTO. He just painted the GTO on there. Yeah, I mean, it was still a cool car, but it wasn't a real GTO. That's
a lot of guys did that kind of crap in the day. I mean, they still do that kind of shit where they'll put a sticker on a car and say, "Oh, I got this," but it's really not. And of course they had GTO from 2004 to 2006, but that didn't do too well. That was an Australian crossover thing that they slapped the badges on it. And I don't know. Is it a GTO?
You guys remember,
I guess.
when Pontiac tried to come out with GTO again?
Yeah, 2004, 2000. They basically took a Australian Mondeo or something like that. I forget the name of the Australian version, and they slapped the GTO on it, threw it out there for a couple years. But at that point, like Pontiac was having serious issues. I mean, Pontiac was going to be dead. They killed it in 2000. I love Pontiac too. I mean, Pontiac's was always the more exciting stuff.
Dude. All GM.
I will never buy a GM ever again. Believe me, I am like a GM guy from way back when. That's like I said, I cut my teeth on GM stuff. I always liked the GM stuff because I felt their cars were more quality built.
Right.
And the time period.
Keyword is were.
But not and now they're all committee. It's all committee driven. It's all they're going to the full boat into this EV bullshit. And like Thumper says up here, unless where do you say that? Not unless there's a huge drop in population will we all go EV. There's no way. There's no possible way.
I mean, they're having people in California turn their power down, shut off the AC when it's 100 degrees,
right?
Because the power grid can't take it. So then you add 25 million, 100 million cars. Yeah, then what? I could go off on a tangent, but I know it would get us blacklisted on this channel.
I'm already blacklisted, bro. I can tell you that.
Okay, all right. I drove down a couple of years ago. My brother bought a place down in Florida. So we drove from his house on the Cape Cod, down to Florida. I won't say where in Florida, but we did it in 2 days. You can't do that with an electric vehicle.
Nope.
Because you got to drive for what do you get? 200 miles, 250 maybe, and then you got to plug it in for what, 8 hours, 12 hours. I read something today. Somebody had a I don't know what model truck it was, but they had a pickup truck, and it took them a week to get it charged because it's been so not now, but because it was when it was really, really cold. That huge, tremendous cold snap that would like was over the entire country or most of the country. It's like they one guy made a video. He was in the car and he says, this thing's been plugged in for 8 hours. And he says, I've got 3%.
Wow.
Because the batteries don't like the cold, man.
No,
those batteries don't like the cold.
Well, and another thing about the trucks in particular, I watched the video because a lot of people look, if you're buying a truck, you're buying it to tow or to haul usually. Nobody, right. Well, not a lot of people buy trucks just to want a truck, Usually you're using it for something.
Yeah, if you're in, construction or you're an HVAC guy or something like that, landscaping, that sort of stuff. You're hauling stuff.
Yep. So I don't know who it was. Somebody on YouTube did a thing where they one of these new Ford EVs trucks versus a regular truck. They threw on a trailer, like an RV, whatever, pull behind. And they tried going on a trip. And of course, the gas powered got there, no problem. The EV, they actually had to stop. They had to cut the thing short because it only went something like 100 miles. They had to find a charging station. And then when they found the charging station, they were sitting there. And the thing wasn't charging up fast enough. And then they tried going another, and it was like they only got another 100 miles. And it's like, we're never going to get there. Like by the time we get there, the vacation's done. They have
Exactly. That's the thing. It's okay. I'll just make a quick reference. You can say if you're familiar or not. 15-minute cities.
15 minutes. I'm not familiar with that. 15 minutes.
Okay, that's something to look up on your own. I'm not going to get into that.
Okay.
I think that I'm familiar with what you're saying here.
Okay.
15-minute cities.
Yeah, that's basically the radius that you'll
Okay.
have from your home that they'll
Okay,
allow you to
now
travel.
hush.
Mm.
Let me talk.
Yep. Go ahead. Go ahead, man.
From what I've said, and it's the radius that you try to make this from. It's not the radius from, something like this. It's not the radius from the person that we're talking to right now.
Okay, so you're from what the concept that I think we're all trying to talk about is that you live within 15 minutes of everything you need, right? Like you work 15 minutes away and
I'm fine.
shopping
I
and all that.
don't want to talk about myself. I'm fine.
No, that's okay. I'm not asking you to talk about yourself. No, you just
Okay.
you were trying to talk
But
about what this 15-minute city is, correct?
yes,
Okay.
but I also think about, that this person that's coming in here and doing this is, being kind of, inconsiderate.
Who, Jerry? You lost me.
No, I'm here. I'm
Yeah.
here.
Okay.
But okay. Maybe I don't understand certain things.
Okay.
Maybe I should put it that way.
Okay. Well, that's why we're talking. We're trying to understand what we're all talking about.
Yeah. But
So I believe a 15-minute city has to do with you live in a 15-mile radius of where you work, where you live, where you shop. You basically want to stay within a certain area, or the government wants to keep you in a certain area.
It was the latter, exactly, and that's when if
No.
you've got an electric vehicle, and then you're extremely limited on the amount of travel that you can do, how far you can go at a time, and then if you manage to find a power station to charge up, you're going to be there for a considerable amount of time waiting. Versus you get in the car, you drive till you're on E, you pull over, you fill it up, you start up, and you just keep going.
Okay, well, you found the ladder.
What do you mean?
Who are you to be telling me that that I found a fucking electrical vehicle or something like that? Okay.
I'm not talking about you at all, dude.
No, we're saying that the government wants to enact such a thing.
Okay.
We're not pointing at anybody and saying, "Hey, you, dude." No, we're saying this is what the government wants to do to everybody. They want to put everybody into cities and keep
Contained.
everybody within
Exactly.
contained areas.
Now
They
I'm
want-
fairly embarrassed.
Don't be. It's okay. Everybody has misunderstandings. No, we're not saying you. We're saying maybe you as the everybody, right? They want to put. They're talking about. Have you heard about that city they want to build? That's only like a couple city blocks wide and like 20 miles long, out in the middle of the desert.
Yeah, I've heard these stupid
Yeah.
goddamn bitches talk about
So
that shit. Yes.
That's the kind of stuff they want to do. They want to keep people within a certain zone because your carbon footprint is too much for the planet. So if you only live within a certain amount of area and you can walk to your work and all this, that, and the other thing. Yeah, Trump Thumpers. It's the wall flying city in Saudi Arabia. Yeah. By the way, Jerry, Shadowhunter wants to know if you do the voice of the original Cylon Imperious leader from 79 Battlestar Galactica. I haven't watched that,
Silent
Joe.
Imperious leader. Wasn't that
I
the
haven't watched.
same? Wasn't that the same guy that it was the voice of the guy that played Dr. Smith in Lost in Space?
I literally haven't watched Battlestar Galactica since 1979, so I can't.
Neither
tell
have I. Neither have I. But I just remember there was this one goofy-looking robot dude, but it was the voice of Dr. Smith, Jonathan. What the hell was his name?
God, no, dude, I remember that goofy looking, but I'm sorry. I'll shut the fuck up.
Cylon Imperious leader. I'm not sure who that was. Was that the same guy that played Korg in Star Trek? No, he was their token human. He was the Cylon's token human because he was a traitor. He was like whoever that guy was in the Ten Commandments that the Israelites were imprisoned in Egypt, but he was a turncoat. He went and he worked for the Egyptians.
God damn.
Imperious leader is the highest authority of the Cylon Empire. There's only one Imperious leader, although there are others who would replace it should the Cylon succumb to destruction. Oh, yeah, that was that freaky looking toad-like character. It wasn't a robot at all, the Imperious leader. I'm trying to find a picture of him. There's a picture on Wikipedia, but it's a crappy picture, and it's really dark. I can't see it.
I just remember the dude, the Cylons they had the one red eye that went back and forth.
Yeah, they look like football players.
Yeah, and they talked with like a robotic sound. That's all I remember from Battlestar Galactica, to be honest. I mean, I was like 8, 9 years old when that show was on. But I remember the dude from Face from the A-Team was one of the dudes in that show. He was one of the pilots. And Lauren Green. Yeah, Lauren Green was on there too. But
that was, dude, he ended up being one funny motherfucker. You know, with what the hell were the name of those movies? Loaded Gun or
Lauren Green? No, it wasn't Lauren Green. You're talking Leslie Nielsen.
Leslie Nielsen. Yes.
Yeah. Lauren Green was not. Lauren Green was straight faced. You know, I don't think that guy knew how to smile. He was Mr. Serious. No, Leslie Nielsen was who you're thinking of.
Yes, that's exactly who I'm thinking of.
You're talking the Naked Gun series.
Yeah.
He also was in Police Squad. That was a very short-lived.
Yeah.
Squad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't do impressions.
Dirk Benedict. Yeah, the original Starbuck. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, but I haven't seen that show. I couldn't even tell you what the leader of. I guess you were supposed to know who that was, but and maybe
I'm looking it up, and I certainly don't. I believe he had a British voice, a British accent, if I recall. But
no, he was straight up fucking American.
Okay, because it says here that the Imperious leader struck a bargain with Baltar, and Baltar was the token human guy that played Korg in Star Trek, one of the greatest episodes they did called Errand of Mercy.
But are we talking about Leslie Nielsen? Or
no, the actor was John Colicos. John Colicos.
Okay.
Colicos or Colicos.
Okay.
Anyway, but the Imperious leader, it doesn't say. I'm looking on this stupid thing here. I don't know who the actor was.
St. Louis Arc says BBD is older than I thought. So I'm 51.
Oh,
Now I think I could get my AARP card.
okay. It was voiced by Patrick McNee, who was actually he played, if anyone remembers, This Is Spinal Tap. He was the record label owner called Dennis Eaton Hogg. That was Patrick McNee, and he was the voice of the Imperious Leader on Battlestar Galactica in the 1970s.
Okay, so what do we do with that at this point in time?
Someone asked if I could do the voice, and I'm trying to remember what he sounded like. Tap into America. I don't know. I need to hear him. I need to hear his voice more before I could do it.
You'll have to tap into that. Well, you can do a bunch of British accents, from what I remember. Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, I have. Yes. I've done many.
Maybe we should do the British show. We can do like the BBC, the BVB show, live from London.
Actually, Radio 4, Radio 3, Radio 2, Radio 4.
Yes,
and I can just leave something behind.
You can work the cue cards.
Okay, I'll do my best.
Live from Channel 1. It's the BVB show.
I did this. There's a channel on YouTube that's called the Red Frost Motivation, and actually, was it last year? Yeah, I did 3 different ones for them last year, and they wanted a British accent. This one, I'll send you the link now. This is the Spartan Life Rules. I did another one for King 21 Rules, Life Rules of the Samurai, and I did one King Arthur, 9 Virtues of Medieval Knights. But that's the Spartan Life Rules if you want to.
Yeah,
you don't have to play the whole thing. It's 3 minutes. You can just play like 10 seconds of it or something.
It's pop. Why not? Why not?
Yep. Why not? Why not?
Here we go. Present. Share screen now. If you want to book Jerry to do British voices for you, you need to contact Jerry. Jerry, why don't you put up your contact information and we can share it with the chat?
Oh, that's easy enough. Let's see. I got.
And they're asking if you can do a Grinch. Isn't the Grinch? Oh, maybe you're Calliope. Are you talking about the Grinch from like the original cartoon, the narrator? I think that's what she might be talking about. All right. So here's your 15 Spartan life rules.
Yeah, just play the first one. It's too long. It goes on for 3 minutes.
Okay.
Shame for Spartan was to return home alive. So do not return from a challenge having not given everything. Only consume plain food and never eat to the point of satisfaction. This will not only bring about a leanness for battle, but also foster mental fortitude. Seek out intense competition. You will push yourself much harder. Every Spartan should undergo a rite of passage, a physical or mental trial. Once completed, you are born again, better than ever. Speed, strength, and agility are less essential than stamina, grit, endurance, and courage. Accepting death will allow you to live your life courageously. It unshackles the mind from the limitations of fear, bringing forth your true potential. Do not engage in gossip. Only engage in conversation that will nourish and strengthen your spirit. Fight for a good cause. Use every ounce of your being to push that cause further, and do not be afraid to defend it.
I'm just going to play the whole thing. Why not? I mean, these are, what does this channel do? It's got almost 2 million subscribers.
That's the type of shit that shows up here, bro.
Oh, you mean like you lost me there. What do you mean? The type of shit that shows up here?
2.6 million views on that video, by the way.
I know. That's wow.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Bigger voice.
And they won't hire me again.
Why not?
Well, I shouldn't say they won't hire me, but they haven't hired me again.
And this was what, last year?
This was last year. Yeah, I used to be on Voice 123, but the membership, my membership expired in November, and I still have a membership, but it's not a paid membership, so I'm not getting the auditions. I can't see them. You have to pay. It's like those stupid dating sites. It's actually no different. It's no different than dating sites because you audition, and it's the same as if you're on a dating site and you send a message to a chick, and then she'll read your message, she looks at your profile, and then says nothing. So it's the exact same thing when you audition to do voice work. You put in the audition, and then you don't hear anything. It's just like in the old movies and TV shows. They don't call us, we'll call you. That's exactly
right.
That's exactly how the business is. It sucks. It sucks.
Well, so is that, do you have like a regular job besides the voice act, or is the voice thing your whole
The voice thing has been it. The voice thing has been full time for the past 8 years, but I am looking for work now. I'm actually like a 9 to 5. I actually just I got 3 applications at Home Depot that I put in, and I just put in. There's an armed security position that I put in for. Unfortunately, I mean, it pays $45 an hour, which is nice.
Wow. Yeah,
but it's when I checked on the map, because I was like, where the hell is that town? And I checked on the map, and it says that it's 50 minutes away. But in Massachusetts traffic, Boston traffic, if it says that it's 50 minutes away, it's going to be an hour and a half each way. So
Sure.
I'm hoping that's just their headquarters. And if they were going to assign me someplace, it would be someplace closer to home, because I can do armed security. I mean, that's not a problem at all. But so I'm just waiting for this to pan out. I did last year. You want to hear? Can I tell you a heartbreak? It has nothing to do with women. Last summer, I really thought that my ship had finally come in. I did an audition, and the guy reached out to me, and he said, "You're perfect for this. You're fantastic. Here's the script. Read it for me. Send it to me." So I read it for him, and I sent it to him. He called me back, and he said, "Can you do a conference call with myself and whoever the other person is at the corporation?" And I said, "Yeah, sure. Is Tuesday okay?" "Yeah, tell me when." So I got on the conference call, and he said, "Congratulations, you are the voice of Tough Built." And I was like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, we've got 3 more commercials for you, and then next month we're going to have 4 more, and then right before the holiday season, right after Thanksgiving, we're going to have 5 more for you." And I was like, fantastic. And they paid me immediately. Did one for a Tough Built workbench. I did one for laser levels, and I did one for like I did like 5, 6, 7 of them. They only actually made and published 2 of them. So, and I went and I looked at other things that they've done, and they're not using voiceovers at all now. So when I thought that my ship had come in, and I was like, "Hey, I'm going to be the spokesman for Tough Built," yeah, that just totally evaporated.
Well, the scary thing is,
Yeah,
with like we were talking on Rhino's stream, Friday stream, with all this AI stuff, is you can basically throw up on somebody's voice into the AI machines.
Yep.
And it'll like read scripts like no problem. I mean,
yeah, and you don't have to pay them.
Right. Exactly.
Well, guess what else? Dude, that's going to be everything. They got the self. Have you ever been in traffic behind a self-driving car?
No, at least not that I'm aware of.
I have, right in the waterfront, right in right in Boston on the waterfront. It was a freaking nightmare. So if you're
So what
gonna
is
have,
it like? Drive like exactly the speed limit and
yeah, and
all
it's
that
got
kind of
this,
stuff?
it's got this thing on the top, like the original Batmobile, but it actually I don't know what the RPMs are, but it spins. It's a camera. It's looking in all directions all the time, and I imagine it's got radar and sonar and God knows what else. But yeah, it doesn't allow for you, like, you know what I mean? Like if somebody's trying to merge, you just slow down, you flash your high beams, and you
Sure.
just wave them in or whatever. No, none of that. So I mean, long haul truck drivers, over the road truck drivers, that's going to be gone. Everything is going to be gone. When they pushed last year or a couple of years ago, when $15 minimum wage for fast food workers. So McDonald's says, okay, you want $15 minimum wage? And then what do? They put in all these automated kiosks that they don't have to
Yeah.
pay at all.
Mhm.
So
Well,
be careful.
I mean, there's on something like that. Yes, there's going to be a point where it will be more cost effective to just have everything automated with one guy there, just making sure the shit doesn't break down, right?
Yeah, well, listen,
So,
if you go to Home Depot, every place has self checkouts now.
oh yeah,
You familiar with Berkeley Jensen, the wholesale place, the
yes,
box store, the big box store? Okay,
BJ's.
go into Berkeley Jensen and any given evening, and they
I
might
think
have
the one
one
thing
cashier.
that has to be said has already been said.
What's that?
It's cost effective.
Yes. Well, yeah, exactly. When it gets to be too expensive to have all these people who want all this money and benefits and everything else, they're just going to say it's cheaper for us to automate everything. And especially what's the scary thing, like, with Jerry's industry is they're just going to, and you'll get everything in one take, and there goes a whole industry full of people. I mean, you guys already have a difficult enough time with having to compete against like regular actors, right?
And hundreds of thousands of amateurs, and even
Right.
hundreds, thousands more that have just gotten into it since the freaking lockdown business that we had.
But I think what's important to recognize here is the people that are having this conversation. I don't know if that makes any sense to y'all.
What do you mean, dude?
It makes a lot of sense to me. I mean, like even with you, we're sitting here and it's looking like, we're not making sense and, all this other shit. But actually, we do make sense with each other. So that's what I'm talking
Gotcha.
Okay. Billy,
Anyway,
I put my
yes.
my link to my YouTube channel is in the chat,
Got it.
and
Let me put
I
that in
have.
there.
If you go on that, please like, subscribe, hire me. I do almost anything. There's certain things I won't talk about, but if you've got a channel, if somebody has a channel, they'll have, if they want an introduction or a closing, like an opening and a closing sort of thing, like coming up tonight on Billy Von Baum, we'll be talking about mayonnaise versus mustard. Whatever.
It's not about that. I hope you know that.
No, but I'm just saying, if anybody wants to hire me, I'll tell you what. The first 5 people that contact me and put Billy Von Baum in the subject field. All right, there's a contact form on my website. The link is.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Let him talk. Just hold on. Let him just say his thing.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Jerry.
My website's jerryconway.com, just like the name in the chat. I made a chat early on. I'm not in the chat now, but I made a chat early on. Jerry Conway, Jerry with a G, jerryconway.com. The first 5 people that reach out and send me a message through the email that's on my website. All right. Or you can scroll down. There's a contact form at the bottom. You can use that if you want to as well. First 5 people that put Billy Von Baum in the subject field, I'll give you a 30-second recording of your choice for free. Within reason, I do have first right of refusal on a certain topic. I don't use bad. I don't record my voice. I don't use bad language. Not that I don't use bad language in my everyday life, but I won't put that in a recording for someone to produce down the road and say, "Oh, look at what he did when he back then." Like, the way people dig through old Twitter feeds and everything else. Oh, he posted this on Facebook 12 years ago. He's a racist, But what? No, I'm just saying that's how people are. They look into things like that. Oh,
well, that's all cancel culture. That's what that is.
Exactly. So it's jerryconway.com. Jerry with a G.
That is very generous of you, Jerry.
For the first 5, like I said, you got to put Billy Von Baum in, so I know that you heard the offer here.
Well, first and foremost,
sorry. Go ahead there.
Everything is understood. Okay. I ain't about all that racist bullshit and, stuff like that. So, maybe you and I will once again hook up and have a conversation.
You got a channel, dude? You got a channel?
Yes.
All right. Well, if you want an intro for your channel, all right, I'll add you on to the other 5 free ones that I would do. Just reach out. Type out what you want me to say, and I'll say it. Again, I have first right of refusal.
It's pretty cool.
I don't know. Don't even worry about that. I mean,
goes for you too, Billy. Goes for you too. And I'm not talking about racism. I'm talking about like political stuff or anything that's, and bad language, anything about religion or any of that stuff. I'm just not going to tie myself to it. You'd be amazed.
You just said a good word, and I understand that. I'm not going to do that. Okay, that's not part of what I do.
All righty.
All right.
But you'd be amazed at how many people, organizations, like when I was on different websites, looking for voice work, how many auditions there were for specific religious denominations that wanted to have an American voice for some reason to talk about this certain religious denomination that I won't say which one, but it's amazing how and they wanted to have an American voice to speak to people, and just no, I'm not doing that. No.
Well, good.
And it's about the AI that you mentioned earlier, Billy. I'm sorry, Billy. You mentioned earlier about the artificial intelligence. Last summer on Voice 123, there had to be hundreds of projects that were looking for an American voice to record voices for artificial intelligence. And every single one of those projects all came from China.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
All of them.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yep. I'm not going to be the voice that tells you, get back in your house. Everything's fine. Get back in your house. You ever see the video of the robot dog that they got walking around the streets in China?
Yes.
The robot dog with the loudspeaker. Yeah. Those, I don't know if those are made at Boston Robotics, but if anybody has ever checked out the Boston Robotics channel on YouTube, they're actually not, they're out of Cambridge. It's MIT guys, and Cambridge is on the other side of the Charles River from Boston, but if you don't know the area, but this Boston Robotics, the stuff that they have, they've got this robot called Atlas, and this thing does hardcore parkour, like running, jumping, leaping, and it's like you can knock it over, and the way the back is designed, it just rolls over like in a somersault, and it's standing back up on its feet again. And
this is actually happening right now.
Oh yeah. And they've got a little dog. They've got a robot dog named Spot, and it's just one step away from putting machine guns on these things.
God,
It's
Right.
one
bless
step away.
America.
Did anybody ever go to Universal Studios like 20 years ago? I think they closed the ride down, but does anyone remember the Terminator 2 ride from Universal Studios
I
20 years
haven't been
ago?
on that one. I have a real quick funny story about the Universal ride that goes back to my childhood.
Okay.
If you
Well,
want to hear it.
we'll get to that in a second. But okay, and you can go on YouTube and you can pull up Universal Studios. T2 was actually the name of the ride. It was the Terminator 2 ride, and they bring you in, and it's like they give you it's like they're giving you a tour of the factory, and it's like early on, and they've got. I mean, what model was Arnold? What was he? Cyberdyne Systems Model 101, and
I think it was the T1000.
no, the T1000 was the liquid metal one. No, I'm talking
I
about
don't even remember him being part of that.
But well, anyway, they have, and they've got a bunch of these prototypes that stand. It's like the ground opens up on either side of the audience, and they have all these Terminator robots stand up, and they look exactly like what this Boston Robotics is making now. It's just one step away from it. I mean, think back just over 100 years ago. Over 100 years ago, that the Wright brothers invented the Flyer, and they took that historic flight for like 100 yards in Kitty Hawk. And it was less than 10 years later, we were flying around in these things, dropping bombs on each other with machine guns mounted on them. You know, as soon as we make something, we figure out a way to kill each other with it.
Son of a bitch. Yeah, I mean, that's a really good point. Yep.
I think we have Jackal, by the way.
Shalom. So what's I'm sorry, let's say hello first. Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
What's going on? You're the corn fornicator Bimmy?
Yeah.
What that is.
Is it poorly
Jackal
photoshopped?
Jackal does the bullshit reports on PopStream. Usually that's towards the end of the stream. Have you caught those?
Yeah, dude. Hey, listen, I can
trying to read here. Who all's here? Hold on.
Who all's Jerry Conway in Boston.
Okay. Jerry Conway. All right.
So yeah, go ahead. Let Jackal speak, please. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm just the guy who makes the short, shitty videos. The young, dumb kid. That's it.
What's going on, man?
I'm tired. but I'm finally done with my work week. Yeah.
All right, do you have off tomorrow?
I've got the next 4 days off, so I'm gonna try and figure this DaVinci Resolve shit out. I don't know why. It's fucking.
What are you tired of?
I'm tired of the software crashing for just. I can't import any videos longer than like a minute. Otherwise, it just crashes.
Okay. Now we got to go a little deeper than that. What are you tired of in your life?
Well, I'm working 2 jobs. That fucking sucks.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry. I just couldn't take that whole fucking, lights crashing and stuff like that. So
Jackal, did you hear Jerry's offer? Are you going to take him up on it?
He cut out right before you finished the sentence. I couldn't hear it.
Well, just a few minutes ago, Jerry offered to do a 30-second like intro or whatever for channels if you send him an email for the first 5 guys who write them with Billy Von Baum in the title. So I know you're trying to build up your channel. You might want to consider contacting Jerry. Something to think about. So while you think about that, I have Thumper the Sweaty Fat Guy has shown up to save us. Thumper.
Hey, wait a second. I thought you said Rhino was here. I haven't heard him at all.
Well, no, he didn't come on. He was just in the chat.
Oh, gotcha. I thought he was.
He's a little girly man.
I thought he was.
He did a
I
bunch
thought
of
he was
streams.
backstage. I thought he was
Jesus
backstage,
Christ.
man.
He's the girly
I'm
man that
not-
likes the old ladies, the geriatrics.
So Thumper, you
I
want?
haven't talked to this guy either, and well, here he is.
Well,
Yeah, so
I don't need Jerry to do voiceovers because I can do my own. But what I can do is give him some exposure into the car world if he wants. Like we could like make a short video, talk about cars or ethanol or whatever. We could do voices and silly stuff because he does a lot of cool shit. And, you know, I can do some voices. So if he wants to like spread out just a little bit.
That's
Get into the car
wonderful. It's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah, we can get to all the car guys and we can be like, listen to this Jerry guy. He talks very, very well and he can do all the accents. He's really awesome and he'll make your girlfriend want to do the things to your pee-pee that you like.
It's,
We could have
Thumper,
All right, so
there's
take
no
down,
way.
Take down my info. Reach out to me through my website, like I said.
already. I don't need to be one of the free 5 ones though.
Is that Mitchell?
Let's just work together. That's fine
Yeah,
with me, dude.
yeah.
it's not Mitchell.
And where do I find this email of Jerry's?
It's on
You
his
go to
website.
jerryconway.com and the email's right at the top.
Oh, you got your own website. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
he's all highfalutin and shiza.
You
Yeah.
can,
Well, he sounds professional. That's why.
Yeah,
I know.
never
We're a
gonna
bunch of
join
fucking
him.
amateurs over here.
I am a professional, man.
So
He's a professional. Mhm.
before we got all the way out of track, I'll just tell my quick, funny story about the Universal.
Yes,
ride.
I wanted to hear that. Universal.
So I went to Universal when I was 9 in California, and
Hold
the
on.
big move-
What, was that a college or?
No, I went on a trip.
Universal
I was 9
Studios,
to
Florida.
California. Universal
bad.
Studios
My bad.
wasn't around in Florida back when I was a kid.
Oh,
That didn't
I
come
apologize.
until-
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that didn't come out till the 90s. But so it was like 78 or 79, and Jaws 2 was just out, right? So they had the
You're
back,
shitting me, dude.
No, they had the back studio tour or whatever. And I was with my dad, and they had this section of Jaws, right? Now, Jaws, I was a little kid. Jaws scared the shit out of me. I mean, any little kid from that time period.
Brother, I'm just
likely-
showing my kid Jaws. But anyway, keep going.
Yeah. So every kid was scared of this movie and the thought of Jaws eating them, right?
Yeah.
And so I was on the backstage tour or backstage lot thing, and then they have this tram that goes through, and we get to the section where they had the Jaws part. And if anybody's been, because I think the ride went for years and years and years, so the shark goes around and whatnot, and the guy disappears from the boat and all this crap, and then all of a sudden the dock feels like it's getting taken out and you're going to go into the water, like it tilts.
Mhm.
I was hanging on to the side because they had like bars on the the side of the tram windows or whatever. I was hanging on to these bars with dear life
And that
because I
fucking
thought we
thing
were going
came
to
out of the water, right?
Well, I thought the tram was going to flip over into the water. I was a little kid, right? And my dad is just there laughing his fucking ass off at me. I never seen him laugh so hard at my sheer terror. And then, of course, like the shark comes by and, it's all fake and pretend. But to me, it was like the realest, scariest thing in the world. And there's my Universal backstage tour, backlot tour.
I'm hoping that Gmail will accept this address.
Successful Endeavor says Jerry's got a deep voice. It would be funny to hear him trying to sound like a woman. Why would you want to hear that, Essie? Go ahead, Jerry. If you're trying to sound like a woman.
No, there ain't no fucking reason for that. I mean, that's funnier than hell.
Jerry?
I got a quick story for you. When I was in
Okay.
high school, I worked after school for, I think, about a week selling subscriptions. So you dial, they'd give you a list of phone numbers to call, and it was just cold calling. It was a nightmare. I'd say, "Hi, this is Jerry. I'm calling on behalf of the Boston Globe. May I speak with?" No. Okay. Here's how one of the calls went. Excuse me.
Thank you. Come again.
Get out of my store. You haven't paid for that yet. You didn't
Would
pay
you
for
like
that
a
yet.
chocolate
Get that
squishy?
done.
You dirty bastard! I
Hold
kill
on.
you.
One at a time. One at a time.
Okay. So I dial this number, and the voice answers, "Hello." I said, "Hi, this is Jerry. I'm calling on behalf of the Boston Globe. I was just wondering, could I speak with Joyce, please?" "This is Joyce." Actually, it was more like this. "This is Joyce." Had one of those smokers' voices, like in the 60s.
4 packs a day and a fifth
Yeah,
of
this is-
whiskey every 2 hours.
"This is Joyce. What can I do for you?"
Well, yeah.
God.
You know who I gotta get on here? I gotta
Fucking
get on the hamster, because he's got like a radio.
Oh,
I think he
my
used
God,
to do
yes.
radio voice.
He did radio, yeah.
And I last time I talked to him, we were on some stream with a bunch of guys. I think it was it might have been, oh gosh, maybe Mitchell's or One Fast Axe. And he was talking about his mother. He used to send him to the store to get cigarettes when he was 6. So I was doing an impression of his mother. "Go get me cigarettes down at the store. Your mom needs her smokes and she needs the beer."
Hey, wait a second. We're around the same age, Billy. Didn't your dad do that with you?
No, my dad actually smoked a pipe, believe it or
Oh.
not.
My
My
dad.
dad made
know what?
me get him ice cream, turn the channel on the TV, and make him coffee.
No, I've got a thing with tobacco. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to quit it, and I think a pipe might be my
Your
thing.
way. Your thing.
Yeah.
Well, you'll have to give it a try.
You're
It
not
smells
gonna
really
like
good.
it. Dude. You're not gonna like it. I'll tell you right now.
Why's that?
Because you get all this. You got to continually. I mean, they sell pipe cleaners for a reason, and the stuff that you're going to clean out of that when you see it. And well, first of all, the worst thing is if you have a pipe in your mouth, and if you tilt your head, like if you look up, that juice is going to go in your mouth. It's disgusting. Yeah. It's yeah. And when you clean it out, when you see the gunk that's in there, you're going to be like, "Oh man, this is vile." And I'm inhaling this stuff. So it's better just to not, I wouldn't I mean, you can try it, but I wouldn't recommend it. It's a lot dirtier than cigarettes are.
And it's better to just not smoke.
True.
There you go.
Absolutely. But earlier, Billy, you were talking about Mark Twain and that video clip that you played. And was that something that Mark Twain actually said? One thing Mark Twain did actually say was, "Quitting smoking is easy. I've done it 100 times."
Exactly.
But he's also
by the,
said something else. I'm sorry. Go ahead, boys.
well, Calliope wants to know if you've been smoking something else, Minnow.
No.
Yes. No? Okay.
Well,
Successful.
it's legal here
endeavors.
in Michigan. Oh yeah.
It's legal in
a lot of
Massachusetts
states now.
too.
Yeah, it's been making its way across the country. So
no.
Successful endeavors is he's considering making a cartoon about transgenders. That's by the way, SCE. That's not a good idea. I'm just telling
let's
you.
make it for Rumble.
That is, yeah, you are kicking a hornet's nest with that shit. Anytime I even kind of tiny broach that subject, man, holy fuck. They're the mafia, bro. I'm just telling you.
Okay,
See what they did to Dave
you
Chappelle,
know.
right?
They are something else, bro. Anytime I make like a post, even kind of like touching on it a little bit, You gotta watch
yeah.
out.
I
So-
had a
and
comment removed, and I was unable to post anything for 3 days because I talked about my daughter.
I'm just saying
This
they like
sounds like
they're gonna
AKS.
do it. Well, you know, if you start making that stuff, they're not gonna promote your channel. I'm just saying, just if you want your channel to grow, it's like so I did a couple of videos with called Chick or Dick. If anybody remembers those.
Yeah,
Oh, wow, man.
Yeah. Which
really
was
likes to push that envelope.
oh yeah. Well, why not? Why not? Fuck it,
Yeah.
right? I mean, I'm
You
already
only live
getting-
once, right?
Yeah, and you know, I like to kick the bee's nest, and I'm already shadow banned all over the place, so why not? Fuck it, right? So yeah, Chick or Dick, which was basically I should do that again because they were kind of fun to make. I would find dating profiles that were men, but they're dressed as women. And you had to determine if it's a chick or a dude. And of course, they're all dudes. But some of them are like, that looks like a chick, kind of. Yeah, that's passable. But you know what sucks is like for younger dudes, like this is what they're fucking dealing with now, man.
Yep, agreed.
So when I put those videos out, oh my God, the hate mail, the dislikes, the how dare yous, all this shit, man. So I'm just saying, SC, just be careful if you want your channel to grow. I wouldn't suggest it. I mean, look, if you want to fuck with them, fuck it. But okay, so Alan,
Yeah, you better go on
Get a
another.
burner phone and make a new account.
Go
when
on
I'm
another
on this
venue.
stuff, I do. I'm on, the virtual networks and all that. Island Hermit lost his channel because I got him to post a picture of Buzz Lightyear and drag. No shit, really?
No.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
I've heard something about this. But did he actually lose his goddamn channel?
I guess so. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, you gotta be. They are a fucking mafia, bro. They are legit. I mean, look, like every fucking movie is they're injecting it into the movies, into TV. You can't turn on anything or look at anything now without that shit going on. It's insanity to me, but whatever.
Yeah, it is fucking insanity. I mean, when, Hermit and I, we didn't necessarily get along or anything like that, but he lost his shit.
I guess so. I'm telling you, it's a real fine fucking line with those people. And Calliope says that doesn't sound very inclusive. It's not. If you don't follow along lockstep with their bullshit, they say that people who believe in, right-wing values or whatnot are, you can't say the word, but the power that was in Germany during the 1930s and 40s, quote unquote, they say you're those people.
boys.
But in reality, it's really those fucking people act like that. They immediately took down the post, and the next day his channel was gone. Dude, man, I'm telling you.
Erased from existence.
Your shit.
So be careful, SC. I'm just saying, man. You've had your channel problem, or at least your account for a long time. If SEC, if you do that, I would say create like a SCE channel 2. So,
Yeah, don't put your name on it.
Or
Do it
put
on
it on-
Rumble or Brighteon.
Don't you have to
Yeah.
have a certain amount of subscribers to start another channel?
I don't
Not
know.
if you use a
can
different
start-
email address.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
you can start whatever up, however you want. But,
So,
okay.
so are you guys ready for 20 talks? I haven't done 20 talks in forever.
20
Maybe
talks? I've never
20.
done that. So, yeah, I'm down.
So 20 talks is what I used to do is just it's 20 random TikToks, and we just whatever you get is what you get. It could be good, could be shit. I don't know. Some of it are funny, some of it's crap. You guys up for that?
I'm down.
Oh, we know you're down. What about Jerry, Thumper?
Sure, man. Why not?
Jackal?
Oh yeah, sure. I'll
All
just
right.
heckle it, you know.
All right. So of course I already got it started. I already got.
Thanks for the plug, by the way, Billy. I appreciate it.
Oh, of course. Yeah, go to jerryconway.com and hold on. We'll put your stuff up there. Go to there, and if you're looking for any voiceover work, go to
I'll give you 30 seconds for anyone those just joining
30?
us. A
30
30-second
seconds.
intro or outro, or a 30-second voicemail greeting, or whatever it is you want. The first 5 people that reach out to me through the email on my website and put the words Billy Von Baum in the topic, in the subject, then I'll give you that 30 seconds for free.
Bro, if I ever find a need, I'm right on top of you.
Mine says
Well,
collaboration
Back
on the
off, man. I
email.
don't play that.
Uh-huh.
He doesn't want you on top of him.
Oh, I don't want to be on top of you. I mean,
That's what you said.
I
Come on, man.
I
This
know
is literal
that-
fucking Sunday.
All right. Here we go. 20 talks. I get this lady come up because I watch the millennials trying to cook, the millennial women trying to cook, and they can't. None of them can. And this woman just fucking totally makes fun of them. So we'll start with her because she's just funny as shit. So here we go.
Are you starting with fucking Elspeth?
This woman right here.
Christ.
Everybody's so creative. You ever had an overload of hot dogs left over from a barbecue and didn't know what to do with them? Get a bun pan
Thank
and line them
God.
around in the bun pan. Why? I don't know, but we're about to find out right now. Now you get to put a big jar of pickles and put that juice in a bowl. And then you want to take the pickles and dump them right into their molds, right in the center. Because that's the way the recipe goes. Now you add yourself some gelatin packs right in that pickle juice. You heard it right. Gelatin. We're going to make some Jell-O out of that pickle juice.
That sounds absolutely fucking disgusting.
It sounds worse than
Pickle
disgusting.
juice Jello.
What?
As
Dear
what,
God.
what
as
the
stoned as
fuck?
I've been in my younger years, as stoned and hungry as I've been, that would not cross my mind in a million years.
Yeah.
Well, it's apparently crossed this chick's mind. So let's see what else she has to say.
It's,
Interesting. Something like you've never heard before. You probably would never have done this in your life if you didn't see it here. Now you want to add all that together, and don't forget your onions. Top it off with your onions and your red peppers.
Oh,
And look how that looks like something I
Oh,
would
God.
never ever do. And I probably never ever will. But you can do it if you like. I just happen to be allergic to every last ingredient. Now you want to put your jalapeno peppers right inside and throw it in the
You know what?
fridge.
Oh.
She happens to be allergic to every last
Want to look
ingredient.
inside. Now see how that looks like it did when we put it in? It's supposed to look that way, exactly the same. Now dump it down. Oh, dump it.
Oh, God.
Don't help. It's staying in there.
holy
It's
shit.
Oh! See how that looks like something that you would get in trouble for doing if you were a kid in the kitchen playground? See how that looks like hog head cheese, but not?
Oh,
It
God.
looks like sauce meat, but it's not. What is going? Is this? Oh, that's differently different in
Oh.
a special way. And there ain't no
Oh,
cheese in there, so it ain't gonna slide down easy. 'Cause it ain't
oh,
cheesy.
God.
Ugh.
Dude, that's uncooked fucking hot dogs in
Well,
pickle Jello.
technically, hot dogs are cooked before they're packaged.
Yeah.
Oh, they have, you can just grab one out of the package and fucking eat the fuck out of it.
Yeah. and
Done.
By the way, if
Right.
you're anyone that has blood pressure, I don't recommend eating that. The sodium in all that stuff is going to
man,
put your
yeah.
blood pressure off the charts.
Holy shit. And SEC people say that
Brother.
women can't cook. No. That's Lizzo, that's part of Lizzo's new diet. All right. So that's number one talk.
Okay.
Let's
And
go.
that's not to
Then-
mention the 3 days that you're going to
Next
miss
one.
work.
Yeah, from being
funny,
sick.
I should have, but I did. And now I'm
Yep.
ghosted. Like
Let him keep
physically,
going.
he's my type. We have like the same sense of humor. He reads books. Like, how could I not fall in love? Literally talk like all day, Thursday, Friday. And so I made like tentative plans to hang out. We were gonna go for a hike today, Sunday, if the weather was nice. Spoiler
Oh my
alert, the
God,
weather
get to
is
the point.
actually pretty fucking nice for February. 9:30 last night, he texts me and he says, my phone's gonna die.
That's a tall order, bro.
I can only assume that I am being ghosted. I was being really hard on myself because I was like, you're such a fucking dumbass. Like, who catches feelings for someone like 3 days like into talking, like just because you spent hours and hours and hours texting back and forth and like you had plans to meet today, that doesn't mean anything. Like, you're such an idiot. You can never trust a man. And I was just like being like really like down and negative about it. And then I realized that like that's something that I love about myself, that I'm on my period, obviously. It's actually something
There
that I
is
really
no
like about
point on her
myself
entire
that,
body.
Who in the fuck is this?
disappointed
It's
by
just-
men. I keep trying and I still put myself out there. Lord willing, one day maybe someone will match my fucking energy. But until then, I'm deleting my dating apps. I'm done.
If you can sit on the couch and just
Like,
shovel
who
food in
cares?
your
I
face,
don't
you match your
care.
energy. I'm
Mom,
cruel.
but,
But
because I'm a
like,
sad
what's
guy.
the point of that? And
What the fuck
56,000
do you
likes
with
on this
something
piece of
like
shit.
that?
I don't know. All right, so that was
How
number
many
two.
of those are? How
Look,
many of
they're
those
not
are
all-
bots?
all
Well, wait
gonna
a
be
second,
women.
Billy. I got a question for you. Billy,
Good. Yes.
didn't you select
Yes.
these, or are these random?
No, they're all random. It's 20 talks. I only
Oh,
the
okay,
first
all right.
one.
I
saw
didn't
the
know. I
first
thought
one.
I thought you had them lined up. I apologize.
No, it's so TikTok is literally just you could just keep hitting the button and I'll just keep feeding you the next TikTok, whatever. And I think what it does is it, like, if you watch the whole thing, it's like, oh, this person likes these videos, so it starts serving you up more of this shit.
Oh,
That's
no.
how this TikTok works.
Oh,
So
no.
we'll see what happens. So this looks like, I don't know. Well, it looks like she's cheating. Is that what was happening? Who's reasonable on this situation? I saw something about cheating girlfriend up here in the corner. That's what I saw. Cheater. Okay, so here we go. Cheater. Sneaking in.
Where you going? What's going on? Huh?
Sorry, I forgot to tell you that my friend invited me out.
You forgot to tell me, huh? And how do you forget to tell me, huh?
Because you were sleeping, I didn't want to wake you up.
You didn't want to wake me up, huh? I flew you out with me.
Bitch.
Why didn't you tell me earlier?
Don't feel like that. I was trying to go see my friend.
That don't make no sense. It's 12:30 in the middle of the night.
Girl I haven't seen in like years.
But why didn't you tell me this earlier while we were out eating at a 5-star restaurant?
She just came up with it. Like, she didn't know if she was.
So when I go to sleep, you get up and you get dolled up. You weren't even looking like this earlier today, and now you ready to go and kick it with your friends. That don't make no sense to me.
Uh-oh.
And I flew you out here.
Okay, well, shame on him for flying a hose bag like this out, right? What do you think?
Saying that just because you flew me out here.
I'm saying that because I feel some type of way. Look at how good you're looking. You're looking fabulous.
Because like you were sleeping and we
no.
Okay,
no.
let me see. Let me see.
Why do you want to see my phone?
Because
you're not even my man to want to see my phone.
but I flew you out here
You're not
to kick it with me. I didn't fly you out here to go and kick it with your girls.
Now you want to see my phone?
Is there a problem with that?
You're not my man.
Why did you fly out with me then? If I'm not saying I'm your man. I understand that, but I'm just saying it. Do I really gotta explain myself?
I'm just gonna.
Notice how she's like putting it on him now?
Just let no.
That's something I'm noticing. Is it just me?
No,
Oh,
That shit
they
on
all
him,
do.
right?
It's perfectly fucking easy to see what these goddamn women do to men.
Now wait a second. I have a
Absolutely.
practical question.
Yeah.
If he flew her
sure.
out to see him, to be with him in his city, she had to fly in. What friends does she have in his city? I'm just curious. That's why he's saying, "Let me see the phone." Absolutely let me see the phone. I want to see your conversation with your friend named Steve.
No. Steve?
Uh,
Okay.
Or Bill or Bob.
I want to ask,
Tired.
what are you
Fits well.
asking?
It fits well.
Can I do one thing? Just let me see your phone in. Let me see. So which friend is it? Why didn't you tell me about this over dinner?
It's my homegirl.
So let me see your phone.
I told you I have friends here, right?
Let me see your phone.
I'm not gonna let you see my phone. That's not.
Oh, you ain't gonna let me see your phone, huh?
No.
Well, why not?
Because that's my privacy.
If it's just your friend, let me see your phone. I just want to see. So is she picking you up?
Am I asking you to use your phone?
Is
What
she picking you
are
up?
your questions?
Oh, let me see your phone. I just want to see confirmation.
No.
I just want to see confirmation.
She's gonna drop me
We're
off. I'm gonna-
right here in the conversation.
Wow.
What
I'm
are
Google, don't
your
you?
questions?
I'm not saying that. Like, just because you're thinking, just because you brought me here, you want me to just stick with you?
No, you've been here less than 24 hours.
But you're over here sleeping the whole time. Like,
What do you mean we just ate a 5-star dinner?
It's a nice night outside. Good to have
Why didn't you
fun.
say let's do something earlier then? You just said we were going to, you told me before I went to sleep, let's just go to sleep.
I didn't want
You were
to-
convincing me let's go to sleep. That's why you kept feeding me the shots that we got.
No,
The 1942, yes. You know what? I see what's going on. I see what's going on. You know what? You can just get your stuff. Go kick it with your friend and don't come back. Yeah, pack
There
your
you
stuff.
go. There you go.
Yeah, get out of here. You think
Get-
I'm boo boo the fool? Yep,
Okay,
go on.
Fuck out.
so whoever asked it,
Oh wow!
Ask
I
it
see what
again.
I've been seeing. What type of person? You think I'm boo boo the fool? You trying to do that goofy stuff? Yeah, beat it. Think I'm boo boo the fool, huh?
Good on you, dude. Out the door. Goodbye. You should open up the balcony door. Here you
Open
go.
the balcony, toss it off
Step
the
this way.
toss it off the balcony. Mr. E has the perfect reply
Yeah.
in the comments there.
Good morning, or not so great. I'm leaving my boyfriend.
I didn't mean to heart that. Fuck. Sorry, go ahead,
That's what
Jerry.
I would do.
God damn, it's hard.
Go ahead, Jerry. You were saying?
Mr. E on the screen, it just went
Yeah.
away. Mr. E had the perfect response. Cancel her return flight home and trespass her from the property. Yes, I've got an intruder here that won't leave.
Absolutely.
Click, click.
100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get out. Get out of here. Get out.
Get out! Like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
You got to get out of here. You can't be here. We're going to shoot you in the
Real quick.
buttocks because it's $1 million wound.
Who does the better Arnold? Thumper or Jerry? Let's hear it. Thumper, we've heard yours. Jerry, I heard yours.
I'm
and it sounded pretty
Austrian. I
good.
don't give a shit.
That's pretty
I'm
good.
thinking Thumper.
Get to the chopper.
Get out
Fantastic.
now!
It's fantastic.
Get
It's
down.
wonderful.
Get down again.
There's
See,
certain things.
Jerry's
there's
is
certain
like a
things-
conversational, like
you don't,
more
you
real
don't have
Arnold.
to always be yelling because Arnold doesn't always yell. It's only when he gets excited he says, "Put that cookie down."
Not the ferret, you idiot. It's a tumor.
He's not always excited.
Not a tumor.
I actually, believe it or not, you guys don't have to believe me, but there was an app company that reached out to me about 3 or 4 years ago. I did a GPS in Arnold's voice for, I believe it was a company in Sweden. I don't know.
Well,
if
you
the
want
app
to
is-
bet.
I don't know if the app is still out there, but it was like, you're coming to an intersection. Slow down. Construction in the area ahead.
The
That's
destination is ahead on the right.
We like our sweets. We want a cookie.
Put that
Let's
cookie
see
down.
what this. Let's see what this woman has to say. Yeah, Rhino, I'm almost at 1,000. I can't quite hit the goddamn 1,000. Here we go.
I had 1,000 like months ago.
Yeah, whatever. We know.
But
know.
I had help. I had help.
So I'm leaving my boyfriend.
And I do car
It's
videos.
a long time. It's been a long time coming. This should have happened a while ago, if I'm being honest. I've been very much. He's pushed me so much that it's pushed me into myself
Yeah,
because I haven't pushed
dang.
myself into anybody else. emotionally detached more and more to where I've been having to turn to myself, look in the mirror, and say, what do you need to feel comfortable? What do you need to feel safe? And it's not him. It's not him. So you know what? He has to go. He used to be my peace with my mom and everything, when I was being abused and stuff like that. And so I finally got out of that headspace. And so I would have done anything to just have a normal relationship, even if it meant I paid for every last thing, everything, dates, fucking everything. Even if it meant I had to pay in full, I was still doing it because I was in a headspace of, well, this is better than being with my mom. And now I'm in the headspace of, I want to be alone. That should.
Nope, she found a different.
She's
dick.
going to. She's going
40 to
be
80 is a
alone.
long time.
We lost Jackal. Oh well. Yeah, exactly. And I'm tired of listening to this woman whine about how, it's always the women are just always perfect. They're never the problem. They paid for everything. They did everything right.
What? They
always
paid
the
for
man.
everything.
Well, that's what she was saying. I paid for
her,
everything.
yeah, but trust me, they're in the minority. They're in the minority. Wait a second. Okay. Does anybody follow Taylor the Fiend?
Yeah.
Okay. He does this stuff. He does this stuff all the time, and it's so true. And I mean, I don't watch. The only TikTok videos I look at are the ones that either Darius M puts up or Taylor the Fiend or other guys. Better Bachelor. But it's like if a guy gets ghosted, it's like, okay, what else is new? It happens all the time. But if a woman gets ghosted or stood up, well, that is ghosted. But if a woman gets ghosted, she's got to get on and tell the world about it.
Oh yeah, they're crying and whining and bawling. What did I do to deserve this? What did I do? I just you can just tell me. It doesn't take that much. And I'm like, oh Jesus.
And then they get 50,000 likes on it and thumbs up and like, go girl, go girl, go girl. And it's like, if a guy. All right, if a guy ever did make a video, hey, this chick ghosted me, you'd be like, yeah, welcome to the party, pal. It's like, that's what happens. Who cares?
Maybe I should start doing those.
Don't.
No,
all you
like
get is guys
ones.
dumping on you.
Hilarious ones.
Okay, but all you'd get is guys dumping on you.
Obvious jokes.
Okay, all right.
Well, I mean, and Calliope, she's got a good one too. Imagine being with someone who trumpets all your personal stuff on the internet. Yeah, she's putting out talking about her dude all over the fucking internet, but she's not the problem.
Yeah.
177K likes.
She ghosted me because I gave her the herpes. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Jerry.
Well, it's like there was a meme that was on Facebook years ago, and it has a picture of a hamper, and it says "Dirty laundry goes here, not here," meaning Facebook. So the same thing. Yeah. Dirty laundry goes in the hamper. It doesn't go all over the internet. It doesn't go on TikTok. Yeah. But people eat it up.
100%.
But before the internet, all right, what did women do for entertainment? They'd watch soap operas. Because they need to have, this conflict. They need to have, and that's why they don't. I shouldn't say they, but that's why what seems to be most women don't want nice guys, because nice guys are boring. They want drama. They want the conflict. They want drama. They want excitement.
They want the drama llama.
For sure. All right, let's see what's.
Was it one of you guys that was talking about how many llamas to a horsepower? Is that one of you guys?
Guess what I would flip special. Let's get it.
Oh, some of these are good. So these,
it's like
this is going to be like he might be looking at a real torn up. These generally are somebody buys a place that's a piece of crap.
Yeah, I'm looking
right off the bat. Pet peeve number 1, they tried to touch up the paint on the cracked stucco
but didn't even repair the cracks, but also did a horrible job color matching. Like, if you're going to do this, get the right color, or at least paint the whole side of the wall. Same thing all the way around.
It's kind of minor.
You know,
Then the
to be
door
honest.
fits horribly, super squished and drags up against the
okay.
frame, but it opens out. So now someone can come up to your super rusty hinges and just pop the pins out
Well, welcome to Florida.
and literally steal your entire front door. Then the door casings inside.
Oh, that's
More
not
signs
good.
of, puppy chew marks. Nothing against dogs. I have dogs. I love dogs. But they did the good old wood filler on the moldings that have been chewed up. I guess this one right here, though, even though it's all chewed up down here as well, I think that area was just particularly bad. So they cut it out and installed a new piece of trim there, but left everything else. Like, why wouldn't you just replace the whole trim? Just replace the whole trim. Then the beautiful.
This isn't as
new
bad as some
carpet.
of these generally
Really
are.
nice
This is kind of like,
pond.
all fixable.
Brand new carpet just installed in the entire house. Can you see the problem?
That seemed well.
Look.
Yeah, it's just a shitty fucking job.
Brother.
I think it's a flip.
Every single room that the
Calliope.
carpet has been installed. You can see the scene
Oh,
clear as
from this
day.
one. It's not so bad. Some of the ones I've seen are pretty.
Pack on video instead of opening it on live. So
That
we're
was
gonna do
number
that.
5. By
If
the way.
you're unsure of what these are, Naruto Kaiju cards, and I have a lot of them.
Oh, toxic
I-
hair.
On live, like once or twice a week.
Yeah.
At least sometimes like 3 times.
Apostatism.
I have a shit ton of boxes here with me right now. But here is our LR Sasuke. That's kind of why we bought it, because we wanted the LR Sasuke card. Cool. Let's open the packs now. Also gonna slide bro in right here where
Where's
he goes.
Where's
number
Jackal
2.
when we need him?
Naruto's gonna go right
He
here.
jumped
We got
off.
Sasuke, Kakashi,
That's the kind of stuff I
Itachi,
think.
Minato, and Naruto.
I have no
Now
idea
we just
what
need
any
the
of
other
this shit.
Naruto that goes right there. All right.
Is this what people waste their money on these days?
I also want to apologize to
Yeah.
Like, how much does this shit
people that
cost?
I got addicted to opening these things. I am sorry, because this is an expensive hobby. Okay, we got Shikamaru.
She just said it's an expensive hobby.
Kotetsu.
Is
You
this
need
the
to
new
get into
Pokemon
good
for
old
adults?
drag racing.
I don't know if I have her or not. Check.
Is this the new Pokemon
this
for
is-
adults?
This is like doing nothing. It could be. It could be. It's doing nothing for me. I'll tell you that. Oh, we lost Angler. All right. I'm going to move on from this one. This one's like, I'm not really interested in Pokemon, whatever cards.
I really wanted to do where they were fired from and ask the manager for a reference for that person and then troll them. But legally speaking, it's a little tricky. I might get the manager in a lot of trouble, which I know some people wouldn't care about, but I don't necessarily want to do that. Recording it when I'm pretending to be a different job. There's a lot of, I'm still going to try to do it with the right place, but it's not generating as many calls as I wanted. Somebody had an idea in my live last night, and it's really good. If you want to quit a job and you're trying to do it with a little bit of style, please let me call on your behalf. I love quitting jobs. I love trolling people. I'd love to live vicariously through you and do it with flair. So if you hate your job and you want to leave and you want it to be in a funny video, please comment now. I'm going to pick some people. And this is an idea I can 100% just do all of them.
Jerry,
Yes,
I
I
found
do this
something.
thing where I keep
I found an angle for you here.
Okay.
There's a good idea for you. You hire Jerry.
Okay.
Jerry calls your work and tells people, your boss, you can go shove it.
Oh, that's okay. Can you keep this paused for a second? There was a guy about
Yeah.
10 years ago, 10 or 15 years ago. I don't know if he's still around, but I remember I first heard him on the Stern Show back when I used to listen to the Stern Show. But there was a guy that's got a channel called idumpforyou.com. Are you familiar?
Okay.
Okay, but what he
No.
would do for
Yeah.
$5, you would contact him and he would call the person you want to break up with and break up with them for you. And he would record it. And some of them were absolutely hysterical. Some of them were heartbreaking, but for the most part, they were really funny. And it's the number 4, idumpforyou, the letter U.com. But you can find them on YouTube. Like I said, this was back in the mid to late 2000s, and absolutely hysterical. And like I said, for $5, you would do that. So yeah, that's actually I wouldn't want to end people's relationships, but as far as quitting their jobs for them, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So if anybody wants to quit their job for you,
Or if you want to break up with somebody, you don't want to, I'll do that for you too. No problem.
there you go.
Although it's not $5, the
Contact
price has
Jerry.
gone up. It's $10.
All right. Next one. Here we go. That was
No, continue. You didn't finish this, did you?
6. So, oh
Wait,
boy.
did that one finish?
Because I hate my husband.
Yeah, that was
Why
done.
is that
Oh,
you?
all right.
It is because
Yeah.
every single
Yeah, he was just basically saying, contact him and he'll quit your job for you,
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought there was more.
and he'll make a video about it.
time it is his birthday, he starts an argument with me. There's always a fight. It's never enough. He's never satisfied, whatever it may be. Well, sure enough, this is his 40th, right? And people were like, what are you guys going to do together? You guys are both turning 40. Our birthdays are only like 2 months from one another. Whatever. He's like, no, I want mine like pretty low, just like her family, like my siblings, and our kids, and then like a few friends that he has or whatever, right? I just want to like use my parents' place and play poker basically. And we'll do like some food and stuff like that, this and that. Now he's having a conversation with me one night and he's telling me all this. And I know he's already kind of pre-planned his birthday. And I had already kind of talked to my parents about what I had a feeling what his intentions were, because he didn't even ask them to use their place yet or whatever, right? And so I said, well, what if they say no to using their place? And he gets pissy with me, right? Because I'm like, you can't just assume that you're going to be using like my parents' place or whatever, right? But he's like, well, what about like my sister? He's like, will you guys do birthdays for her there? Or what about my brother-in-law? Or what about this? Or what about that? And I'm like, I'm just saying, what if they say no? You're bringing that up. And my sister's my mom's daughter. So if she's throwing her birthday, it's because, well, what am I?
Is it just me, or you guys ever watch a movie called Planes, Trains, and Automobiles?
Yeah.
Only about a
Do
million.
you remember
times.
Steve Martin? Yeah. Steve Martin says to John Candy, when you tell these little stories, have a point.
It makes it
It's
so
just-
much more interesting for the listener.
Stories are supposed to have a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Everything is not an anecdote. You have to discriminate. You choose things that
Yeah.
are funny or mildly amusing or interesting. You're a miracle.
Right.
Your stories have none of that. They're not even amusing accidentally.
Jeez,
Yes,
Jerry,
we have
you might
watched that
memorize
quite a
the
few
whole
times.
fucking-
Honey,
You
I'm looking
memorized
at
the
Del
whole
Griffith. He's got some amusing anecdotes for you. And here's a gun so you can blow your brains out. You'll thank me for it. I could tolerate an insurance seminar. For days, I could sit there listening to them go on and on and on. And someone would say, how could you stand it? And I'd say, because I've been with Del Griffith. I could take anything. And you know what they'd say? They'd say, I know what you mean. Shower curtain ring guy. Whoa.
Jesus Christ. I think you need to contact this person, Esposito's sign, and you need to do You need to read that, or you need to. Apparently, you just can
He
remember
recited
right
that
off.
shit. He recited that.
Like that's line for line, Jerry. That's impressive.
Oh, I left out the Chatty
Oh.
Cathy doll. It's like going
Oh,
on a
geez.
date with a Chatty Cathy doll. I expect you have the little string on your chest that I have to pull out and snap back. Only I wouldn't pull it out and snap it back. You would. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Holy shit, Jerry, that was good.
I amuse myself sometimes. Sometimes I amuse myself.
Well, I think everybody's amused right now with that.
Just what in the
All
hell
right.
do you think you're doing? You want to throw your garbage? Throw it in a goddamn trash basket. Don't you
Well,
have
I'm
anything
throwing this-
better to do? Yeah, but I'm not doing them right now. Do we understand each other?
Some things don't react well to bullets.
Okay, pal. Why the Mahaska? Why you packing a gun? I'm a treasury officer. All right. Just remember what we talked about now. Wait a second. What kind of department you have here? You just turned your back on an armed man. You're a treasury officer. How do you know that? I just told you I was.
Who would say that?
Who would claim to be that? Who was not? Anyway,
Okay,
I'm sorry.
in
I'm
the
done.
chat.
That
I'm
movie
done.
I know.
No, no. In the chat, who does the better Sean Connery? Is it Thumper or Jerry? I'm going with Jerry on
React
that.
well to bullets. Rough the way your mother likes it.
I can kind of do it.
Mine's
Sean
not an
Connery.
actual Sean Connery. It's everybody else imitating Sean Connery.
Well, yeah. There
It's
you
the
go.
same with my Jimmy Stewart. It's actually Dana Carvey imitating Jimmy Stewart.
That's yes.
You know,
And,
Dana Carvey's Jimmy Stewart was very, very similar to Dana Carvey's George H.W. Bush.
Yeah, not gonna do it.
a little bit.
Not gonna be prudent. Wouldn't be prudent.
Not
Mr.
gonna.
Doctor. Gotta have 1,000 points of light. Gotta bring them together. Saddam's here. Coalition forces here. Not gonna do it.
Not gonna.
Not gonna do it.
SEC says, Jerry, your Sam Elliott is pretty damn good.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't even do Sam Elliott on here. They
I
be
know.
checking my
Well,
channel.
you do it on Pops.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, by the way, Billy, did you get that updated? Because the video didn't match the audio for the closing
wow.
bumper. The Sam Elliott, it had my movie trailer voice on it.
And which one was this?
The closing. Watch Grunch Beat live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
No, but which one? I did.
It's
so,
it's
I
been
do
the last. It's been the last several ones that have. It says
Really?
that it's the Sam Elliott voice, but it's actually my movie trailer voice.
Can you do
that's
Don
not good.
LaFontaine?
Don LaFontaine. In a world where Billy Von Baum always wears a motorcycle helmet, what's he hiding? Does he have a face? Maybe not. Find out this summer.
Which you probably won't.
I do that
'Cause
one.
I wanna
I'm
keep
not
my
asking,
job.
dude. I totally get the. Listen, there's a reason. I got my picture.
No, I know you don't. I'm
I
kidding.
got my picture there, and my picture's on my website. By the way, those are my brother. Can you even see those? That's way too small.
If I go full screen, you might.
His name is Jerry Conway. He does voices on the internet.
Yeah, those are my brother's
There you go.
English Mastiffs. That's Isaiah on the left and Ezekiel on the right. Two
He likes mastiffs.
awesome dogs. Awesome
Rich big dog sitting on my face. What movie's
All right.
that?
No
Let's,
idea.
Let's try to power through the rest. We're at. I'm not listening to the rest of this chick. She is just boring the hell out of me.
I do like
So
her
we're at-
lipstick, though. I will say that.
The rest of her is just like hideous.
Horak. She looks a lot like him. Billy's girlfriend has a helmet. Who's Billy? Oh, is that? Are you talking SEC, the one that has the helmet with the cat ears on it? I think that's what he's talking about.
Well, the big dog sitting on your face is Good Morning Vietnam with Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, why do I need to see this? Now, see, this is from China. These are like what the Chinese make.
Oh, this is like the chick that picked up 2 balsa wood logs and everybody said she's so strong.
Yes.
It's like 60 pounds.
Yes. Well, now they're making an action movie. Apparently. What it's about, I'm not quite sure.
I'm thinking about doing a Blair Witch type movie in my yard. I could do it all within the sight of my house, and you'd never see my house.
This TikTok took like an entire day to shoot.
And how long to edit?
Right? And what's the
editing
point?
takes-
I'm trying to
takes
figure out the point of it. Oh yeah, it takes forever.
That's what I hate about editing. I mean, I hate about voiceovers is the editing.
Oh yeah.
They just do it in one take and call it good.
Not if you're doing a 65,000 word book.
Well, this is
Oh
true.
God. I don't know what they're saying, so I'm going to turn them down here.
Yeah.
You do the little voices of the girls and everything too.
I can't.
It's hilarious when the voice
I'm not
guys
sure
that
what
do
the
books
TikTok
do
was
that.
about, to be honest.
Yeah, I've heard guys try to do it. I don't even. I don't even try.
I think you needed to be Chinese to be able to figure out that last TikTok.
I
That must be
don't
something
even
that
know if they would
rings.
get it. Hey, look! Hey, nice toes though, right?
Ugh.
Oh, if you're
I'm
into
not
feet, you
I
got
do
that
not
foot
like
fetish thing
feet.
there.
I do not have that fetish, thankfully.
Nor do I.
I don't
Not into
either,
the
but
feet.
if
Oh, dating
someone
in
did-
your 30s and 40s. Oh, hold on. Go ahead, Jerry.
No. I'm
Thirst
just.
trap?
I don't
Oh.
either, but I know that people do.
Oh yeah. Well, Quentin Tarantino apparently is huge into that.
Well, he's on the spectrum anyway.
Yeah, he's always got feet in his movies and stuff.
You know something? The
Mm-hmm.
first time I saw Pulp Fiction and that actress that she was in Kill Bill and Kill Bill 2,
Uma
Uma
Thurman.
Thurman.
Now, has she done anything since then?
Yeah, it's a couple of things, but she's
Okay.
well, she had a kid and everything. Her kid is in Stranger Things.
Okay.
Which
I've
one's
never
her
seen
kid?
it, but
So it's a girl. She was the girl. She was the ice
11?
cream shop chick.
but
No, not 11. Go ahead, Jerry.
but I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, the lesbian one.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jerry.
The-
Let Jerry
the-
talk.
The Uma
Okay.
Thurman scene, which John Travolta shows up to pick her up to take her out, and she goes
Mhm.
walking across the floor barefoot to shut off the
Yeah.
stereo.
Yep.
Listen, some women have gorgeous feet. She's not one of them. I'll just say that. I mean, nasty,
Yeah.
nasty feet.
And they also showed her feet in Kill Bill when she was leaving the hospital and in the pussy wagon, and she was
And when
like
she
wiggled.
stepped on the Daryl Hannah's eyeball.
Ew, yeah. Ugh. Thanks for reminding me. All right, I don't want to talk
Daryl
about
Hannah's
Uma
actually
Thurman.
pretty cool, man. She has a black
If
79
you say
Trans Am.
so.
No,
Yeah, and she has an El Camino too. I know that.
Yeah. She switched the El Camino to electric, I think. But the
Well,
Trans
originally
Am
it was
still,
diesel.
yeah, it was a diesel one to begin with.
Yep. All right.
She's really shy.
Let's get-
She doesn't like talking to people.
Yeah, but she's married to that fucking what's his name?
Neil Young.
The guitar. Neil Young. Yeah. There you go. That tells you. all
Well,
you
that
need
makes
to
her
know.
less cool, but the car thing is cool.
Yeah. Well.
And they live in a teepee.
Yeah. It's some farm.
For real. No, they really do.
Yeah. No, I know. I've heard.
I live in a 2-story burrito bag, so I can identify.
All right. Let me go here.
You think I'm joking?
No. Okay, so she's basically trying to say that, I mean, look at how she's dressed, right? And she's trying to say the pool is, no good. Meanwhile, look at her, right? I mean, who dresses like that for a fucking date? Unless
That's over
you know,
30. Well, unless she's
Right.
working. And you know what I mean
Exactly.
by
She
work
looks like
by
a
working. If she's
Well,
working,
definitely
over
looks like a
30,
working.
over 30, they have to put in more effort because people don't just walk up to them and go, "Hi, my name's Sergio."
yeah, and then one day they turn whatever. It's different for everybody, and it does happen to everybody, men as well. But there comes a time when they turn invisible, and then they get nasty.
Oh yeah.
I mean, really nasty.
Those are the ones that smile at me when I walk in and want me to smile back, and then I don't.
Calliope says maybe she can't afford buttons for her jacket. That might be the case.
Well, she certainly can't afford a pool guy.
No. All right. That's next.
Do it the little.
Oh,
Lego
here we go.
sticker.
Wine chick. Oh, I don't want to get a music strike. Second
I
one
always hated that
glass.
song anyway.
She's already in boxed wine in Catland. You just can't see the cans.
Yep. Here you go. Fourth line. Pulling out the second bottle. Yep. Yeah. There you go.
Who gets 4 glasses of wine out of one
typical
bottle?
night girls. That was number 10, by the way. Here you go.
I'm saying, who gets 4 glasses of wine out of one bottle?
She does. She has big glasses.
Well,
No, you won't even get that much.
no, you don't. Yeah.
I guess
I
it
don't
depends
I don't
on-
drink wine, and that's part of the reason why I don't,
Yeah.
because you don't get enough and whatever.
All right. Next is a Catland and box check. Oh boy, here we go. Oh, Gen X memories, things your parents had when we were kids. GM car keys, yeah. Oh yeah, everybody had that. Wood paneling. Actually, my house didn't have wood paneling growing up. Console TV, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have a remote control like that. TV guide, sure. Yeah, VHS,
Oh, yeah.
station wagon, ashtrays. I mean,
VA
yeah, come on. This
that's
is all
a
normal
Betamax.
shit.
It's not a VHS. It's beta.
This is like everything from the 70s and 80s here. Console. We didn't have a console stereo.
We did.
I didn't have a yellow refrigerator. Oh, the colorful Tupperware we had. Yeah. And, didn't have Corel dishes.
I'll have some of that Tupperware somewhere.
Didn't have floral couches, although I knew plenty of people who had floral couches. 8-track tape players. Polaroid. Yeah.
Polaroid, yeah.
Best thing for early
Spoon, I don't know
prawn.
why that's tile counters. That was more 80s. Those portraits. Yeah. Oh, carpeted bathrooms is never a good idea.
I hated those
Sears catalog.
padded seats, man. The padded the lid.
Yeah.
You can never get it to stay up.
Oh,
You
yeah.
couldn't get it to stay up while you were going. It would always slam down on like
Yeah.
a guillotine on your
So
Johnson.
you had to hold it, and if you were a little bit drunk, it was like, too much to do.
I had a friend who I'd go sleep over his house, and his parents had the squishy seats on their toilets. Oh, that's just, to me, is weird to sit on a squishy seat.
I know exactly what you're
You
talking
got-
about.
The key
Right?
thing, I have lots of keys like that. Most of my cars have 2 or 3 keys.
Well, yeah, that's typical GM.
I'm old. My cars are old.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they were using those keys up until the 90s, right?
I had a 96. I had a 96 Caprice Classic. It was actually it was a police car. It had the what is it? The 9. You're a gearhead. The 9T L engine in it. What?
Well, the
LT1?
LT1 and
LT1, that's it, yeah.
9C1 cop package.
Yeah, it had a Corvette engine in it. The thing would do 160 miles an hour. Transmission crapped out, and I just didn't have the money to fix it. And then by the time, I mean, the trunk was rusted through, and it was just like, oh man. And my brother was screaming at me, "Get rid of it! Get rid of it! Get rid of it!" And I was like, oh man. But I saved the key. I still have that the lower key there, the rounded one. I still have that key on my key ring.
Door and trunk.
Yep, those
Door and-
Caprices
No, it
are
was for
just
the
like
ignition
early
too.
Mustangs.
It was for the ignition
Well,
too.
the ignition's the square one.
No, not in the 96.
Unless they changed it up. It was always
Yeah.
the square is the ignition and the round's the door.
No, the
and trunk.
96 was for everything: the trunk, the door, and the ignition.
Yeah, those 80s and 90s GM cars, they're a lot like the old Mustangs. They're really eager to return to the earth from whence they came. They rest a
It's
little
a shame. It's a shame.
All right, let's move on. Reliving their childhoods here.
What do you mean? I was a kid in the 70s.
That was pretty funny.
Jesus.
That might be the winner of the night.
Everybody so creepy.
Oh God.
Oh, her again.
I'm sorry.
I know it sounds made up, but
Oh, it's her again.
Yeah. No, the guy was doing an impression of. Yes, the guy was doing an impression of when you walk up on your kid doing something weird. I mean, we were all kids. We all did weird shit. So yes, it's this chick again. Although she's kind of entertaining. And we'll see how long if we can make it through the whole video. It's getting late. I've never done a stream this long, but I'm having fun.
So you want to get a whole stick of butter and smash it down on a big nice
Holy
big piece of steak.
shit! A whole
See,
stick
and
of
get to
butter.
play in it. You know how when you get older, you want to go back to your childhood? Here's one way. Get in the kitchen and just play around with your food before you eat
Oh,
it.
God.
Now you want to flip it over and get another
Holy
big stick of
shit.
butter. Just press down as if you're massaging into someone's back. See,
Dude, how many calories is that gotta be?
All of
2
them?
sticks of butter plus the steak. That's like
weren't we
I
talking
can't even
about
figure
high
out how
blood?
many calories that is.
Weren't we talking about high blood
Right,
pressure
yeah.
not too long ago too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here you
Uh-huh.
go.
See how it looks like you probably wouldn't want to see that, but you're seeing it here. See how you might not ever want to see it again? Well, you can try it out. Don't judge. It's all butter encrusted. See how it looks like it might be mashed potatoes if you were just walking in the kitchen because you probably would never think anybody would do this. But they're doing it here. So we might want to try it. Let's see how this turns out. Oh, seasoning. Taco seasoning.
Oh God.
Oh, yeah, rip it up open by any means necessary. It's your kitchen. Don't let anybody tell you what to do. You don't have to wash your hands through this process
God.
because you'll be touching it all through the whole process of this. Now look at that. Put that taco seasoning in because you want it to taste sort of like a fajita. If you want, put all your seasonings out of your cabinet. It doesn't matter. It's going to be delicious. All right, we got enough butter and everything in there and pressed in there enough with our bare hands. Now flip it into this hot pan on the highest heat. 3 days on. See that? See how it's bobbling? It's bobbling. Add more taco seasoning because we just didn't do enough in the beginning. See how the butter went to the edges of the pan? That means it's okay to put that much on there because it's not really getting to the steak. Now put the onions on the outside of the pan because you want that cast iron pan to taste oniony. See that? Flip it over. Now when you flip it over, the
Oh
butter
my
just
God.
keeps melting off for some reason. So you add more butter on. Massage it in with your fingers. Just get loads and loads of butter. I don't care how much it costs. Go into Kiki's house. And she ain't gonna give you none because it's expensive. But her cousin Keisha has loads and loads of butter because she don't have any children. Look at there. See how it looks like you probably would never do anything like that? But don't judge. You can try it. Take snapshots of this. Send to your friends and see if they'll make it. Oh, look at all that butter. See how it's bubbling? You can make a very, very good gravy with that. See it? Cruncher, cruncher. It's starting to look really good. When you take it up to put it on the plate, see how you can't even
Oh,
tell
God.
if that might have happened in the back of the house in the restaurant? See how it looks like you might have had that before, but you don't know if you did? Oh, are you going to try? The camera flip. Is that the real steak? No, and you got
Holy shit. That was awful. Do you think the people who do some of these cooking videos are serious or are they just doing it to troll?
I think
They
they're
gotta
just
be doing
doing
it
it
to
for
troll
the
people.
Like, okay, you
The-
remember the
the
old
clicks.
when the old America's Funniest Videos? All right, when
Yeah.
when that
Yes.
first came out, they would have like legit things, but then people would send stuff in, and you could tell that it was staged.
Yeah.
Just like these type of things, people just stage it for shock value, and
Mhm.
oh look, you won't believe what this person did, and then they get like 50,000 views or 100,000 views or who knows what. And I don't know. I don't think anyone's actually going to eat that. And like someone said, that enjoy the heart attack.
Yeah.
That stuff.
It should come with a coupon for a balloon angioplasty.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one. There was there's
Don't
actually
recognize me.
It's a good one if you know what a balloon angioplasty is.
Yeah. My brother actually had one, but the
Who is
there's a restaurant in I think it's in Arizona or Nevada that actually serves a heart attack burger. And
I don't know
the
why
wait
you'd want
staff
to
are
do that
dressed
to yourself.
the wait staff are dressed like nurses. And they probably do have the paddles, to shock you back.
Clear. So this guy is apparently the most famous child actor in the world, or at least was. Dustin Tyler. Never even heard of him. Apparently he's the most famous, but I've never heard of him. So
Even more famous than Macaulay Culkin.
Right? No, I think Macaulay Culkin would be the most famous kid. I've never even heard of this guy. You're not famous, my guy. Oh boy. What the fuck?
So you thought that was cute, huh?
Oh boy.
So you see a woman. She's obviously at the lowest point of her fucking life. At her most vulnerable.
Oh boy, this guy's gonna lecture everybody.
She needs help. More than she needs anything in this world right now.
I drive right on by.
And you thought that you would just pull out your phone and record her and put her all over the internet. So all the other fucking assholes who have never experienced.
Is this the ain't got no time for that?
This is
chick
the
he's
modern
talking
world.
about?
Fucking miserable and
What's that? What's that?
Is it the
Thumper?
chick that's ain't got no time for that? I went downstairs to get a cold pop. It was a fire. Oh lordy, it was a fire.
So he's referring back to this fucking chick who's having a fucking complete fucking drug induced fucking mental fucking lapse. He's gonna lecture fucking everybody about it. Dude, it's the fucking world we live in now.
What was his point? I mean, what happened? He posted it. He was trying to make her famous or make himself famous, and what happened?
No, he's trying to lecture the person who posted it, being like, "Oh, you put this, fucking person."
Oh,
who's
I see. I thought
fucked
he
up on
did it.
drugs.
All right, I thought he did.
No, he's lecturing whoever fucking did it. Dude,
Can you
it's the
finish this
fucking
thought? Because
internet.
I'm just curious. I gotta hear where he's going.
He was
Oh, yeah.
Star Wars kid when he was little.
There we go.
That's 6 or 7 days of shooting up meth and hallucinating to the point to where you don't know what's real and what's not. And I know that because I've been there myself. I needed help. She needed help.
Yeah, well, what's the person
Now,
with the
what
phone
you've
going to
done
do?
when she sees this, when she goes back to being normal, if she goes back to being normal, because there's a chance that she's done so much that she's fucked herself up and she's like this for life. I mean, there's a chance that she'll never be normal again. This is her reality forever. And you made fun of that.
That was her choice.
Oh, that was her choice. She fucking did it.
Yep.
You don't know her story. Don't say that. Don't be that fucking asshole.
Don't care.
Don't be out in the fucking street, fucking, having a fucking drug-induced fucking. People are gonna fucking tape it.
People
It's
who make fun of drug addicts.
It's the world we're in
the situations that they're in. There is a special place in hell for all of you all.
I put up with so damn many tweakers. They can kiss
what
my ass.
pain
He can kiss
and
my
what
ass.
torture and what fucking torment is until you wake up every day and you beg yourself not to stick a fucking needle in your arm. But you're not happy until you fucking do it, and then you hate yourself for doing it. You're a fucking joke.
All right.
All right. I'm sorry I had you play that through.
I got no sympathy for him.
Me neither. I mean, come on, you make your own fucking choices in life, and
Yep.
you know, you're taking drugs that make you do this, like what's happening here on the screen. I mean, go fucking get yourself fucking help. But she has brand new fucking sneakers, so just saying. Oh,
Everybody, another update on the east side of Ash and what my extended family is saying to us about it. They have been told that everything in their homes that is permeable, so their furniture, their bedding, their clothing, anything that's wood, cement needs to be thrown out because these chemicals have permeated through them and they're forever chemicals, so they're never going to go away. They're being told to throw out most of the things in their home and that simultaneously it's somehow safe to still live there. I'm not buying it, and neither are they. They were also told that the gas that is formed from vinyl chloride forms mustard gas and is going to settle in their basements, and that they shouldn't be going in their basements right now because it could be dangerous. But you can live in your house, it's fine. There's just mustard gas in it. It's totally fine. They were initially offered $5 a person for the entire town, but now they're offering them $1,000, which still doesn't cover the cost of rehoming yourself after all of this, the cost of getting hotels, the cost of trying to clean up everything, the cost of your health, the cost of the trauma this caused, the ongoing trauma this has caused until these people are financially compensated and given new homes, basically. They need to be rehomed. One of the most disturbing things is that they've told us they have body rashes. They've gone to the hospital and the doctors pretty much say, we don't know what we can do for you. We don't know how to treat this. We don't even know really what it's caused from. We don't know how to decipher how to go from here. The doctors are overwhelmed. It seems like the entire medical system everywhere around there is overwhelmed because of this. Who knows what all of these chemicals created when they combined in the air, in the atmosphere, in the water, in the soil. These chemicals have been confirmed to now be in the Ohio River, and I can tell you how that happened. Not to mention that these chemicals just were spewing into the air and into the clouds, the atmosphere above, obviously that part. But when the fire departments first came on the scene, they were dousing the flames of the train cars with massive amounts of water, which got into the streets and got into the sewer system, the water system, which inevitably ended up in the river. So all of the chemical runoff from the fire departments trying to put out the fire is in the water table now. I just think it's painfully obvious that they are downplaying the severity of all of this because they don't want to take financial responsibility for the permanent mess that they've caused for these people. They need to be honest. They need to be transparent about the short and long-term impacts of this train crash and what potentially this mixture of chemicals could do to everybody.
Okay, Billy, can I comment on this?
If you are in that area, yeah. Sure. Yep, go ahead.
All right. Now, this is
All
very
yours.
important. Anybody, I'm sorry, me or the other guy? I'm sorry.
No,
No,
you,
go ahead.
Jerry.
I haven't said anything.
All yours.
Oh, all right. Okay. I apologize. Anyone in that area of that train wreck and the multiple areas that it is affecting, but I did hear a story that, and this is from an attorney now. They are offering $1,000, and they're saying, do not accept this $1,000 that they're giving you to, find other accommodation someplace. Because if you take that $1,000 check and you cash it, you deposit it, that is considered compensation, and you will void any future possible compensation that you could have down the road. Now, the way these things work, about the Camp Lejeune and all the asbestos, advertisements that you see, this stuff could take decades. It could take decades, and it might not even go to you. It could go to your children. It could go to your grandchildren. But do not accept the $1,000. Very quick story. When I was 24, it was the day after New Year's, and I was driving. I was out on a date with this girl, and I was driving home, and I was about 3 blocks away from her house, and I was coming through an intersection, and this guy took a left turn in front of me, and the car was, it was banged up. It was bad. And they towed it. I went to the hospital. The girl I was with went to the hospital just to get checked out for internal injuries, whatever. But no, we were fine. I went to work 2 days later. 2 guys from the insurance company showed up at my work. They came to me with a check, and they said, here you go. And I was like, wow, $3,000. Okay. Total dumbass on my part. I took the check and I cashed it without talking to anybody else. Because I was young and stupid. I took that $3,000. Guess what? I could have got a heck of a lot more. But that's why they came to me and sought me out. They said, here, you take this. You take this. As soon as I cashed it, they're absolved of everything else. I couldn't have no further action against them. And that's exactly what's going on in Ohio.
Yep.
So don't cash those checks, folks. Don't take them.
It's not mustard gas. Mustard gas is a blister agent.
Yeah,
Look
mustard
at
gas
that.
is what they give you if you have for chemotherapy. That's mustard gas.
Well, it makes blisters on you, so probably not.
I would have to just say those people need to just permanently but the problem is, they have their houses and stuff there, right? And like, how do you, nobody's going to want to buy their house.
Nobody's
Like,
going to
there's
buy their
stuff.
house. The farmers, nobody's going to buy their food. Nobody's going to want to stay. Like they were talking about people with a bed and breakfast or a little hotel or something like that. And that's been their
Forget it.
livelihood. Nope.
Forget it.
Nobody's going to want to go there.
Nope. It's sad. It's a very sad situation going on. And it was deliberate. So I heard. I might watch that Netflix show that supposedly kind of predicts it and was even filmed in the same area.
In the same
It was
town.
filmed in the same town. Yeah.
Yeah.
Check out Better Bachelor. Better Bachelor did a bit on this whole scenario last week, and he broke character to talk about it. But he's been talking about it. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Mike Adams. Mike Adams he's called the Health Ranger. He was kicked off of Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, every place. He actually started his own website, Brighteon, BRIGHTEON, brighteon.com. Mike Adams. He talks about this stuff all the time, and he's totally honest about it. So there are sources out there. There are sources on Rumble. Another big one, if I can make a plug, Billy, is a website called And We Know. 3 words, ANDWEKNOW, andweknow.com. And We Know is on Rumble, and they're on other sites as well. But And We Know, the guy goes by the name of LT, I believe, because he was a lieutenant in the Marine Corps. He doesn't give his real name, and like yourself, Billy, he never shows his face, but he tells the truth. He tells the truth, and he does videos probably 3 times, 4 times, even 5 and 6 times a week, depending on how hot the news is. And he tells the absolute truth as well. So I recommend that to everyone. Again, that's andweknow.com.
Okay. All right. We're almost to the end of the 20 talks. So let's just power through.
I'm going for a smoke. I'll be right back.
Oh, no eggs. Yeah, go ahead. No eggs. So, what is she making?
Egg
what
pops.
The fuck is
That sounds
Ew,
disgusting.
egg pops? It is disgusting. No eggs.
It's okay. This looks so bigger pepper.
Oh boy.
You're gonna seriously change your breakfast routine. Okay, this is gonna revolutionize your.
I don't
life.
really know what you're doing yet because I'm confused why you have it in. This is a
Ice cube tray.
Ice cube tray.
Girl, you'll see. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Now what?
Take. I like, but half my family doesn't.
Yeah,
so I just put it on half. The same half that gets the pepper. Okay, now watch this. Oh wow.
Ugh.
Get it, boogie inside.
Yeah. It's really big.
Get boogie inside.
Yeah, it looks great.
Now what?
Oh, she's separating.
All right, there's a flat spot right here. Okay.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold the phone. Why are there maxi pads in her freezer? Why are there maxi pads in her freezer?
Because she's hot.
She likes them cold because she's having hot flashes. Oh my
There you
God.
go. That's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, those hormones can wreak havoc with your body temperature.
Hold on. Why is there
They're
pads?
hard. Like it's hard eggs.
But wait, was that tampons too? Like,
Yes.
what the fuck?
Yeah, yeah. The whole smash. Yeah.
Why are they in the freezer?
Well, I mean,
keeps them fresh.
think about it. Well, no, I mean, if it's really hot and humid, don't you think that would be refreshing?
I have
On a
no
hot
idea
day?
because I've never had to use such a product, thankfully.
No, I haven't
'cause I'm not
either,
a
nor will
woman.
I ever. But I'm just saying it's probably very refreshing. Although I can't imagine it would stay cold for long.
Yeah, I'm really confused.
I want to know what the hell she's going to do with those eggs once they're frozen.
Okay,
What do you
I'm
do?
sorry. The whole tampons and pads in the freezer just threw me off here. Let's see what she does with these eggs. Okay.
Wow, they're hard. Like it's frozen. Hard eggs. So how long was this? A day. Almost, I think. Okay. But this is great. Remember, we salted and peppered them. So now you take them like you would any ice maker. So you just pop it and you go, oh, you grab one out. Yep. Do you see it? That's the one you wanted. This is the one I want. Okay. You put it right there. And it's going to immediately start cooking. They just pop out one at a time. Oh, that's so easy. And then watch the way they cook is going to be incredible. Oh my word, look at it. It's already cooking. It's already cooking. Oh, look, you got another one. One more. See it? And each one has a little yolk. Oh, yolk in it. Yep. And then you can do? You just put these right back in the freezer. And you can save them for next time. Okay, yeah. You save them for next time. Why cook? This is for, listen, you know when you go out of town and like your eggs go bad? Yeah. Your eggs are never gonna go bad. No, because as soon as I buy my eggs, I put them in the freezer. 100%. That's just my ritual.
She ain't
I go to the
got no
grocery store, pull them in an ice cube tray, and water them with
No, but she's got tampons in the freezer too with her eggs.
hard ice cubes. Hard ice cubes, but okay. You want to stop? You can stop. Favorite to do a good finish. You take your lid.
I'd be curious. Okay.
They're all gonna melt.
So there is kind of an idea here to keep your eggs fresh for longer.
But I've heard of an
Yes,
egg
but
white
they
omelet, but I've never heard of an egg yolk. Just yolk.
I don't know.
It's like you're wasting
someone
3/4 of
would
the egg.
have to
You're
try
wasting
that.
it.
I don't know.
I mean, you're wasting it. You waste so much.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
don't
look how much is left in the bowl. You can't fit a dozen eggs in there.
But in a way, though, if she's preserving the eggs longer than they would normally, right? That's the whole thing, right? I think she's trying to preserve the eggs longer than they would, obviously, in the refrigerator. But
Right,
I don't know
yeah.
how good that would be. I would have to try
Well,
this.
Why not just leave it in the
eggs-
damn shell?
Yeah, eggs take a long time to go bad.
Right?
I mean, but if she's traveling for weeks at a time, that's another story. But you'd be surprised how long eggs stay good for. And by the way, just if anyone doesn't know, the way to tell if an egg is good or bad, you just put it in water.
Yeah.
And I forget which
Floats
is
no
which.
good.
If it floats,
Floats
it's
no good.
Right.
Because
if it sinks
air
to the
gets
bottom,
in.
then it's fine. And if it hovers in the middle, then it's okay. It's edible. But if it floats to the top, then it's no good. Don't eat it. Don't even open it. Just toss it out.
Yep. Interesting. Although I'm still confused about the tampons in the freezer.
What's her name? Can you get her name on the thing? Oh, you already got
Okay.
advanced.
Oh boy. Oh shit. Jesus. Here you go. Single mom. I bet you anything. Single mom. Fuck me. Look at this house. Holy shit. Holy fuck. Look at what they did to that house. Holy
Oh,
fuck.
Satan worshippers. Actually, no, that wasn't a. Never mind. That wasn't a pentagram.
Wow. See, I don't know anybody who would want to rent
Always
out to
dick and
people.
meth.
I mean, look at this. Look at this shit. Fuck.
What?
Fuck. me.
What's that say?
I can't read that. Can you?
Satan has a big Diok.
Unbelievable.
Hold on, I'll back it up. This too shall pass, my love. Fuck me. Fuck me.
Unreal.
God.
Yeah, being a landlord is never worth
That
it.
is
It's
just
never-
terrible. There's no
never worth
sound
it.
on this, by the way. Look at this shit. They left a lot of shit behind. Wowie, wow. Eat a dick. Nice. But look at this. Fucking hell.
I got a nightmare story about the house I used to own back home. Ex-wife's mom let her brother into the place and he trashed it, took all my appliances.
It's just unbelievable. But you know, this is so. I had my neighbor. He was through before COVID, and during COVID, you know, people had that whole I don't have to pay rent. People he had in there weren't paying him fucking rent, and he was not making any money from the rental. And then when it came time for them to pay again, they were like, yeah, we're leaving. So they left, and he went in there, and he found that there was a leak in the roof that they never said anything about, and it leaked down through the top floor and the bottom floor. He had to gut the whole fucking house. He any money he ever made on the rental, he lost with having to redo the whole house, and he's never going to rent again. I said, are you going to put it up for rent? He's like, nope, I'm done. I'm going to have my daughter's going to move in. That's it. No more rental. I don't know how anybody would rent when you got this kind of shit going on. Fuck. That's disgusting. All right. Next vid.
That's what happens when you games and try over on the system, bro.
That sounds like Jerry.
Once you hear, I just brought the food here, literally.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing? Michael DoorDash? Yes. So I just brought you your food, right? Yes. About 10 minutes ago? Yes. So why am I driving off? Why did I get a dispute claim saying that you didn't get your food and I handed it to you right in your hand? You just said you got the food. No, I didn't. I never got no food. But you got the Cobra's cup in your hand. I never got no food. I got you a double cheeseburger, a fry.
She's holding the fucking. She's holding the fucking drink.
So why? So basically, so you gonna play this game? So look, this one. I just want to tell you this, ma'am. This is how I provide for my family. This is how I take care of my 2 kids and my wife. I do this every day, at least for 8 hours a day. And when you dispute claims and lie on me,
okay, I understand all that, but I never got no food.
You did though.
No, I didn't. I never got no food.
I literally got you. I literally handed you the food. I got you saying that you got the food. So listen, when you do that, I'm gonna say my situation. I know you probably don't care or you don't understand. So I can understand. Like I pay bills with DoorDash. So when you lie and make claims like this, I get in trouble. I can get fired. You know what I'm saying?
She doesn't care. She doesn't give a fuck.
People like you trying to get over on the system and get your money back and all that, but you know you got the food. You wrong. You did though.
No, I didn't. I never got no food.
I never got no food. Why is you sitting there with a straight face?
I never got no food.
Man, listen.
Sir,
hear me out. Because you really making yourself look bad. Now, if I got to send this video to corporate and to the police, you're gonna get it. Man, you got the Cobra's cup in your hand.
What cup? There's no cup in my hand. She's she's Democrat.
Because you go on your phone, because I don't want to do all the extra stuff. I'm not like, I don't be on that. I got things to do. Could you go and remove the claim?
No.
Wow. Really? So now what if, I'm not going to even threaten you. I'm just saying, like, what if What if I was crazy or something? What if, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know when you're dealing with people going through things, people are paying bills, trying to provide for their family, and you just sitting there lying and making things hard for people. But you know you didn't get the, so who got the food then? I brought it right to you. What you mean? What are you talking about? I don't have no food. You never brought me no food. I did. I didn't get no food.
Fucking
crazy.
Unbelievable. That's disgusting. That is fucking disgusting. You guys still there? Did I lose you?
Yep.
Thumper?
I'm here, dude. I was just muted. I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
I'm just like,
yeah, that's
man. That guy was so
disgusting.
polite. I would not be polite.
Well, I mean, he's on camera, so he's not going to make him look so bad. But
Well,
you know,
I could turn the
she's
camera
taking
off
from-
because it's my camera.
Well, I mean, look, she's trying to fuck him out of his, you know, his.
Yeah.
They're gonna charge him back for that food. That ain't right. That's just not right to do to people. This is probably the same woman who trashed that fucking house. Oh man, that is just ugh.
If you was on, at the bare minimum, keep your phone locked. So I'm at the dentist trying to better my health. Mind you, I can't even move the left side of my mouth right now. And I can't even focus on not being scared of the dental work because I kept getting wild private calls. Now, I done fired a few people from the team recently, so I'm thinking it's somebody I don't want to talk to. Then I get a call from a 917 number, so I pick it up. It's some female talking about who's this. So I better call because not you calling my phone asking who I am. So then I get a text message a couple
Look
of
at her
minutes
name.
later,
Her
like,
name's
"Can
broke
you
ass
please pick
female.
up?" And then the call comes in again. So at this point, I'm curious. I pick up my phone. Sis jumps straight out the window. "Are you my husband?" I'm like, "Nah, I don't know nobody named husband, but maybe I call her something else. What's your husband's name?" And she go, "What's his name? You talk to that many dudes that you don't know who I'm talking about?" At this point, I'm like, "Girl, you trying to get information or you trying to fight?" Because she finally dropped the name, and it's a dude I've spoken to in weeks. Mind you, I had cut him off because I was tired of going back and forth with him about having a girl and him telling me I'm crazy. Now I'm asking questions like, "Y'all
Oh my
married
God.
like that's y'all boo? Or y'all married like y'all got a certificate?" They was married, and he hit me up like 45 minutes after I hung up with her. He hit me with the "what you doing?" and I'm like, "Nothing. Just got off the phone with your wife." "And do you know this man responded? What did you tell her?" So I just blocked his number because it was above me now. And while like 20 minutes later, she called again with him on the phone. Now I'm confused because me and her already spoke. Now all I hear is him in the background like, "I told you I didn't fuck that girl. I never touched her. Going mad hard." So I got tight. Not you trying to act disgusting now. So I'm like, "Oh, you don't know me, so I never saw that scar on your inner thigh." Bro, all you heard was, "How she know about the scar?" And I guess it was up because I ain't hear nothing but tussling after that. But I hung up because it wasn't my business.
She belongs to the streets.
So, face. And I was gonna say, I need Hammer's drag and fucking the Thriller sound. This is the real life one right here.
She belongs to the
drag.
streets.
She certainly does. Guys, who don't hit stuff like this? Don't dip your wick in that kind of crazy.
No,
Well, that's not only
Especially if
crazy.
you're
That's like, below
married.
the mean there.
And that's, you got that Narbite pulba.
Yeah.
Narbite
So
pulbagistic. But no, the herpetogonosyphilids. That's it. The herpetogonosyphilids.
You're gonna get a dick worm.
Yes.
If you
So,
be fortunate if that's all
Jackal-
you got.
So if Jackal is still listening, this guy is right for you. And you'll see why in a second. I've seen this guy, this is his thing. So I'll just let it play.
He must have had those eggs earlier.
No, it was the hot dogs and Jello.
Crop dusting.
Oh my god. This isn't even as bad as some of the ones they do. That's not me laughing, by the way. That's the video. Thank God. I'm gonna turn this down. Say this guy mostly with the beard. He does these ones where he's just like walking around. They must have some kind of machine or something, and he'll drop some huge sounding fart, and he's like, "Oh, that's I'm gonna have to change my shorts now."
No,
Just a
I mean,
whoopee cushion.
I've heard those machines, and you can tell that they're a speaker. You can tell that it's not real. The one he did, this first guy in the blue shirt on the right there, that sounded real.
Well, maybe like Mr. Methane. Maybe he's got that natural ability.
Oh, jeepers!
All right,
you just reminded me of something. All right, what number is this? Are we done?
One more.
Okay, all right. I'll let you finish, but then I have something to share with you that's about 3
Write it
minutes.
down,
If that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
A crazy Karen when I deal with being a delivery driver in Portland, Oregon.
It's 7 o'clock.
You leave it right. It's not about the noise.
It's 7 o'clock, ma'am.
It's about you turning your vehicle off.
7 o'clock.
According to your law for your commercial license for driving it.
It's 7 o'clock.
Leaving it on for 10 and 15 minutes every.
I'm going to stop this for a second and go use the bathroom because I have to pee so bad. So I'm just going to let this run. I'll be back before it ends. So,
all right, dude.
Enjoy. Be right back.
Time you're here.
It's 7 o'clock.
It doesn't have anything to do with the time of the day.
It's 7 o'clock.
Make money
It's 7
and
o'clock.
make it back home. Wait for it.
For you to
She
your
gets mad.
driver's license.
It's 7 o'clock.
A fraction of your license.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
They don't have your license. You have a license.
7 o'clock.
What did you say 7 o'clock for?
7 o'clock.
It's 7 o'clock on the dot.
What is 7 o'clock about?
It's
dude?
7 o'clock, baby.
What are you saying? Are you like a broken? Are you that stupid?
It's 7 o'clock.
Oh, you're stupid. You're just wanting to.
It's 7 o'clock. It's 7. Oh, you just touched me? You just hit me? That's assault. That's assault. Really? You hitting me? That's assault.
Call him.
You're hitting me?
That's not it. I did not hit you.
Hey, it's 7 o'clock.
I got your face.
It's 7 o'clock. Oh, you just hit me. Wow. You actually hit me.
You call him. I moved your phone.
You just hit. So you touched me and my phone.
It's right here.
There it is. You in the truck now?
It's right. Oh, I'm in the truck. I'm in the truck. Oh.
It's 7 o'clock, boo.
Nothing to do with the time.
It's 7
Your
o'clock.
diesel engine running, and you can't be running after 3 minutes.
It's 7 o'clock. You got it on paper?
It's your commercial license regulation.
7 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock. It's past.
It has nothing to do.
Oh man, you just really touched me. You reached up and touched me though. Like you touched me. You.
It's on my camera.
Wow, why you reaching
Oh,
in
man.
the truck?
I'm back.
You reaching in.
This fucking chick's crazy as shit.
This is what happens when they turn invisible and they've got nothing else to do. No one pays attention to them, so then they
It's
gotta.
going viral, boo.
There you go.
Oh,
7 o'clock.
insulting me with vulgarity.
It's 7 o'clock.
God.
Breaking your commercial license.
It's 7 o'clock.
I'll stand here with you all morning, shut it off.
Going off.
You're not shutting it off.
This is just crazy. So there you go. Are we going for the bonus or no? I think we've done it. We're at like 3 hours. 30. This is my longest stream. But
No, I'm glad I was a part of it. Thank you for having me.
Why you?
all right, we'll leave it with Karen, crazy Karen. Yeah. So what's the thing you wanted to share?
I put it in the chat. It's older. This is from the 70s, but it's priceless. Actually, no, it's not the 70s. I'm sorry. When did Boondock Saints? I forgot. Tom Snyder was on the air after Johnny Carson, but then they brought him back. So when did Boondock Saints come out? 2000? I mean, 92 or something. 93. Boondock Saints.
I couldn't tell you.
Something like that.
All right. Anyway, this is Billy Connolly, a Scottish comedian, telling the funniest story ever.
There's a fart machine.
It's telling about fart machine. All right. I'll put it
Yeah.
here.
You trust me, you'll like this. You'll laugh.
Okay. Here we go.
One of the actresses brought there's a fart machine that's a sort of a glass with
one of those.
And you shove your fingers in it, and it's fantastically funny.
Yeah.
And one of the actresses was complaining that because we were smoking cigars in our dressing room, you know, Oliver Platt and everybody were all blown away there, and the smoke was going through the ventilator, and so this old actress was complaining until we went in with the farting machine, and Ollie stuck his bum in her door. And she screamed with laughter, and thereafter we could smoke. Oh, you could do no wrong. And you know Steve Buscemi, he looks like a serial killer, you know.
Yeah.
People avoid him in the street like he's going to kidnap their children, you know. He's got that look, but he's actually a screamingly funny man. But we're all trying to do the best farts, you know. And I was trying to do those walking ones.
They're tough. They're very, very tough. And you got to be you got to be careful.
The wee ones, the wee. And I could never get it right. But he was doing the splits in midair.
Oh.
He would run and go. as he... And normally the director would say, "I forgot, right, okay, it was funny the first time, lads. Let's get back to it. Let's remember why we're here. Why we're paying you the big bucks." But no, Stanley Tucci's got a machine of his own. He was joining in. It was the most joyful experience.
Yeah. Did you ever light them?
I had a roadie who was brilliant. I've tried, but I can't fart just at will. I would love to be able to do that. And I can't raise one eyebrow. There's two things I'd love to be able to do.
All the things we wish
because
for.
Just think how nice it'd be to do both. You know, flying into the air. It was, but I can't do it. But no, I can't.
Well, you know, I read a story the other day. The viewer sent me a story about a lady who was in a restaurant waiting for her date to arrive. And all of a sudden, just without warning, she let one go. And she was very embarrassed. The entire restaurant heard it. And she said to the waiter, "Stop that." He says, "Lady, which way is it heading?"
But you know, it's supposed to be true that at the coronation, the Queen Mother was sitting beside the King of Tonga. Yeah, that's right. And the horse farted in one of those carriages. And the Queen Mother says to the King of Tonga, "I'm sorry." And he said, "Oh, I thought it was the horse."
Okay, all right, okay. Time. Now let's remember what.
That annoys me. People think they're childish. They're not childish jokes. They're funny. It's vulgar. Chaucer, Milton, they knew about stuff like that.
All right, now let's not forget why we're here.
Let's not. Why are we here?
I don't know.
That was good. All right, guys.
Still
this
makes
has
me
been
laugh.
the longest stream I've ever done, ever.
I like you,
Jerry.
Lloyd. I've always liked you. You're the best damn bartender from Portland, Maine to from Timbuktu to Portland, Maine. or Portland, Oregon, for that matter.
What's that from?
I'm the kind of
from The
guy who
Shining.
likes to know who's buying his drinks, Lloyd. It's not a matter that concerns you at this time, Mr. Torrance.
It's a great movie. Love that movie.
Was that Dumb and Dumber?
No.
You said Lloyd.
The Shining.
that's-
Jack
Oh, The
Nicholson.
Shining. Okay, yeah. Yeah, the
Right,
only
okay.
time I've seen that in the last 30 years was with Billy.
That's right. We had the movie
Yeah,
night.
yeah. That's the only time I've seen it in the last 30 years.
Oh, well, okay.
So I don't remember all the lines from it.
Well,
So-
I have a gift for dialogue, I suppose.
Well, that's good to have when you're doing voiceover and whatnot.
Well-
Although with voiceover, you just have the script in front of you.
Yeah, I just
So-
read it, and then like when I was getting work on a regular basis, I remember saying, "Hey, did you work today?" Yeah. Well, what'd you do? I was like, I have no idea. You know why? Because I don't care. I read the script, I record it, they send it to them, they send me the money. I'm done. I don't commit it to memory.
I looked
Kind
into
of like the people
voice.
that pull sex toys at Amazon.
The what?
I don't know.
Like if you order
Don't
a sex
encourage
toy from Amazon, the people that go pull them, they're like, "Oh, we're going to the sex toy section." I'm not even going to think about it. Just
Yeah, real quick, just side note, I looked into doing voiceover, like actually as a career. I was thinking, oh, maybe I'll get into voiceover
Mhm.
when the late 2000s before my ex took off.
Uh,
And I went and met with these people. They were like, read the script. And I'm like, okay. And it was about running. They were like listening to my voice. They're like, okay, I think you're good for this kind of work. And they had me read a script about running shoes. This particular running shoe is good for you to run in. And this running shoe is great for you to do this, blah, 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 whatever it was. They're like, yeah, I think they're like, you need to be doing industrial training videos. And I'm like, that sounds absolutely terrible. But hey, if it pays money,
Yeah.
and but they wanted to, okay, you have to make a reel, and the reels, I'm sure you have one, Jerry, where it's
quite a few of
sounds
them.
like, yeah, and to me they sound like they're just all over the place. It's like 1 second it's this, you're doing this, and then the next second it's this foot, and because I guess they want to hear all the different ranges and whatnot you could do.
Right. Yep.
And
I just send them an angina. I can't do a voice reel. Yeah, I can't.
so
what happened?
Well, I looked into it, but the thing about it is as I'm sure is it's inconsistent. Like I need a consistent deal. So, and there's, you gotta worry about your own insurance and blah, 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 blah. And job I have, I don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. So I'm like, it sounds great and all, but I think I'll stick with my regular job. So I never did it.
Well, it's always something you can do on the side.
Yeah, I suppose, but then it's, now I got to take off from my normal job, and I didn't do it.
No, you just do it when you get home. Most of the stuff, put it this way, I mentioned
Well, now, yeah.
I mentioned an audiobook earlier. All right.
I mean, at the time, yeah. Okay, sorry.
No, it's all right. I'd much rather do a 30-second commercial or a 2-minute demo video or a 10-minute explainer video narration than do a 65,000 word audiobook. That's going to take me 75 hours of recording and editing. And yeah, people say, oh, do audiobooks. I'm like, no, I won't. But, because the average pay for an audiobook is $200 per finished hour. Yeah. And editing audio is just as cumbersome and tedious as it is editing video. And it's just no. I could, there's one commercial I did. It's in my British section on my page, and it's called, it was a company called Money Tips, moneytips.com. They can give me, send me a check for mentioning them. But anyway, it was a 7-second audio just at the end of the commercial. Don't get caught with your pants down. Call Money Tips today and get free identity protection. I get $1,600 for that, 7 seconds.
Wow.
Oh yeah, that's worth it.
Yeah. But that was 3.5 years ago. You know, if I could, I remember telling my brother that, and he's like, "That's great. You just need to get 3 of those a week, and you'll be all set." I'm like, "Yep."
Yeah, well, that's not so easy to come by, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Especially
Well, I
with
never
all
got
the
into it.
competition, all the, we'll do it for $5 at Fiverr. Yeah. And
Yeah,
when I was looking into it, you had to actually go into a studio. Like there wasn't really home studios being at that time. It was the late
Right.
2000s. So
yeah. Well,
but now
broadband
I
has
could
changed
probably
everything.
oh yeah.
Broadband
Now
has
I could
changed
probably
everything.
do it.
I got my setup for about the microphone stand, the cables, the DAW, the mixer, and actually that's and the software. I think I invested like $350 in everything, plus the audio treatment for the walls and stuff. I mean that can get you into a lot of money. I don't know if you've ever been to like I don't know if you guys have like a Guitar Center or Daddy's Junkie Music or any type of music store. They sell the acoustic tile.
Mhm.
That stuff
Mhm.
is expensive.
Well, I mean, when I did the readings, I had to go in a booth that was, if you had to do a whole room and that stuff, yeah. But like a booth, you could probably build depending on your house.
Yeah, and you have to have a place to
roof
put
out of
it.
a closet or whatever.
One of those a small whisper room, like a 3x4 size
Mm-hmm.
whisper room. You go in and you close the door. One of those brand new, almost 10 grand.
Oh God! Wow.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. They're heavy, and you have to have them shipped to you. And the shipping costs a lot too.
Oh, screw that. I'd build one.
You're better off going in the closet. Seriously, in the closet with your clothes
Yep.
hanging up, because that acts as a sound dampener too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually how I started out doing it.
And then you came out of the closet.
Very funny. Actually, I was
Jerry,
never
come out
actually
of the
in the closet
closet.
because it was a small hall closet that I used to do it, and I used to open the door and talk
Stick your
into
head
it.
in.
I just talk into it. I had the microphone hanging right there and just talk into it. But anyway, now I've got the desk set up and everything. But do I sound okay? I'm talking to you on the microphone that I record.
You sound great. Yeah.
Okay, so I mean,
Yeah,
it works well, and no one's ever complained. It's just I need people to hire me because the bills don't stop coming in.
Yeah.
So once again, ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Conway, my channel. Just type in Jerry Conway Voice on YouTube. Please like, subscribe, share. And as I said before, the first 5 people that contact me on my website, which is jerryconway.com, my email is on there. First 5 people that write to me and put Billy Von Baum in the subject field, I will give you a free 30-second recording for whatever you want within reason. No profanity, I have my own limitations, but pretty much anything you want. You want an intro for your channel, an outro for your channel. You want Sam Elliott to answer your phone for you. Billy's out right now, riding the range. But when he gets back, after he's done eating his beans and farting up the place, maybe he'll give you a call back.
Wonderful.
And that
Love
goes
it.
for you too, Billy. Seriously. You want an intro, outro for your channel? You want, you're doing other stuff. I know you do stuff for Pop all the time, and I know you're very gifted with the videos, which is something
Thank
I
you.
don't have quite the expertise with. I mean, I dabble in it, but
I'm just dabbling myself. I
No,
don't do it
comes out
professionally.
well. You've got good software and everything, so
Thank you.
I'm liking it. I don't know what your setup is, but
Yeah, his deep fakes are coming along quite nicely.
yeah,
Yes,
that's
they're getting
the
better all the time.
scary. Now, do you pay for that software, the deepfake software?
Oh yeah, yeah.
No, I'm just curious. I mean, I
You
know
can
how
get
much.
cheap stuff that's just press a button and it does it, but it doesn't. unless the person is very straightforward and doesn't move, it's okay. But any kind of movement, it doesn't work that well.
Yeah, the face wiggles around.
But is it expensive? Is the software expensive?
No, it's not that. It's not that crazy.
Only a couple $100, you know, no biggie.
Oh, that might as well be $1 million if you don't have it.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Well, you also have to have a computer to run it. Because your
Yeah,
average laptop not going to hang.
No, I've had to max out memories, and I thought on this one I'm using right now, I thought was pretty good, but with this stupid StreamYards, I had to get more memory to run the StreamYards, believe it or not.
How much you got now?
32.
Is it doing it okay now?
Yeah. Well, for the most part, I can't put in video files like I used to. Like it starts glitching on the video file. So when I show anything, it's now I'm doing like a screen share. I don't know what's up with StreamYards. Like put everything, the onerous on stuff ends up being on the host computer, and which it like really uses up a lot of your CPU. And some kind of code that they put into the fucking shit.
Well, mine's pretty.
And I'm noticing that it's not just on my stream. I'm noticing it now. I'm noticing it on other people's stream.
I noticed the TikTok videos, and you know, when you were sharing the screen and showing the videos, that there was a lag on them. I mean, a lot of lagging on the videos.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm surprised if you have that much memory.
It's StreamYards really, if you look at it, if you look at your computer, if you open up the computer usage while it's happening, you'll see it's like a ginormous amount of usage coming out of the StreamYards. I might actually have to end up going to some other service because I don't know. I think a lot of people have caught on to this, using this, and they must be just like, our servers can't handle it, so write a code to put it back onto the host, whoever's computer is running it. And then you get all this crazy lag out of it. That's what I've come to the conclusion of.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, I want to thank you. Thank you very much for having me, Billy. You're very gracious and very.
Thanks for coming.
Very patient. Very, very patient.
Well,
earlier in the stream with we had another guest that was. Hey.
Yeah, I was taken aback.
Well, if you guys want to hang
was
out
alarmed.
a couple minutes just after, I'm going to put a song up and then end it. But then I'll talk to you if you want to hang for like 5 minutes after.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, no problem. I'm gonna mute you because I got to go.
Yeah, I'm going to take you off stream.
I got to check on the cat. And
Yeah.
I'm a guy and I have a cat. All right.
I got two cats that live under the house.
So I'm going to take.
All right, go do what you got to do. Peace.
All right. And it's just me. And I hope you guys had fun. It was a little. We had a mix of the stream here, but it was my first real call-in. Usually, I have something planned, and this was not planned. What I was going to do tonight, and I think it went all right. My longest stream. So Jerry was awesome. Thumper's awesome. I think we had a good time. So I hope you guys have a great week. I hope you guys have off tomorrow like and I can sleep in tomorrow. So, because it's kind of late here. It's almost 2 a.m. But thanks for coming, guys. And I'm going to leave you with this song. And you should be able to hear it this time, unlike last time. So have a great week, guys. Have a good President's Day if you have off. And I'll catch you in 2 weeks. Take care. Have a good night.
closing time, I drank my wine, and now it's time to go. Friends all here, some far and near, and now as Billy showed, Snake and Abe, a man called Nate, and even a red rhino. It's getting late, 2 weeks will wait. Just thought I'd let you know that maybe there's a life that's after the fall. You feel like nothing at all. That maybe it's alright to laugh till you cry and burn bright till you die. That maybe there's a life that's after the fall. You feel like nothing at all. That maybe it's alright to laugh till you cry and burn bright till you die. Don't worry, friend, it's not the end. We'll see you once again. Just ride that train, we'll see you around the bend. 'Cause life is long, just hear this song. In a world of wrong, you must be strong. You must be strong. So here we go, like a river flows across my mind. So here we go, goodbye, I'll see you the next time. So here we go, take care, thanks for listening to the show. So here we go, thanks for listening to Billy's Show.